Hello there, hello. Pretty Apexy! Oh no, no, Apexy for a few minutes. Please stop watching NSFW stuff and focus on chat. Ignored. Search hello Julian. Oh my god, I love you, man. Sorry, I was preparing here. I just got out of the shower. I didn't even get to put on my tank top. Not my fault. Not my fault. Hey, Pixie! Julian! Oh my god, this is the funniest shit ever. My god. Fresh water. Well, today we have freshly showered Apexy. Ara ara. Well, thank god I don't know how to make this voice. Oopsie. Alright, today we are reacting to shit. And today we have Habitual Line Crosser. I'm putting off the music. Habitual Line Crosser just released a video literally 1 hour ago. The new guy is blind. Is that a helicopter? He has no eyes. Of course the kids and Buff are laughing it out. How are you today? Oh, I'm good. I'm great. Almost fall asleep after finishing work. Anywho. What is that helicopter? I think it's a Lockheed Martin, I guess. Some new experimental stuff. Let's watch this shit.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, HLC is out of town. He's gonna be on that unsubscribe tour, so it's time for me to take this thing over. Now, number one, I'm gonna...
Debuff News Network is back. Okay, give me a second, I need to readjust my microphone position. Strong Slav, Apex Spawn Rider, doing manly stuff. Give me a minute, readjusting my mic. My god. I need to get a better stand for this shit. Anyway.
Explain how numbers are racist. Over. Now, he's gonna be on that unsubscribe tour, so it's time for me to take this thing over. Now, number one, I'm gonna explain how numbers are racist.
My god, Buff, are you back to this joke? My god. I think I know what he's talking about. If it's this exact shit I'm thinking of. My god.
Buff, it's not the greatest quality, but I can do these things remotely. And how are numbers raised?
What do you mean by not great quality? The quality is fine, but are you using your fucking iPhone or whatever phone you got?
Ah, damn, he's still here. Okay, well, well, I guess I'll go over my list of things and can't do Jew jokes, maybe.
You can. I am a Jew. I am giving you the J pass. Make the wildest shit ever, man. You have the authority now.
Can't do black jokes. Can't do Mexican. Well, Mexican's kind of a gray area. How do you feel about Indian jokes?
Feather or dot?
I'll take that as a yes to the Indian jokes. Anyways, so I'm going to explain how numbers are racist, ladies and gentlemen. If I told you that orcs populate roughly 13% of Middle Earth, but they're responsible for 50% of the violent crime, wouldn't that be racist?
I hate this conversation so much.
See,
I love it.
You.
I
It
love
doesn't
it.
make any sense. Orcs aren't real. You can't be racist against a fictional creature.
Ask the Halo people about it. And how much they love the elite preferred species.
He's referencing something else. He just used orcs instead of the other thing. What would he be referencing? Let me just Google 13%, 50%. Oh. Grandpa Buff, you're awful.
What? Ah, man, the government's shut down. That means no equal opportunity online training for me.
We're at the beginning of like week 3. Can you please? Like, are we ever gonna be back?
Talk to Chuck Schumer. This is all his fault.
Oh,
I need a
come
subject
on.
change. Something fierce. UK, I hear that you're outlawing refills on chocolate milk and Coca-Cola in your country.
What? What? UK, that's illegal. What you're... The shit you were doing before is already fucking illegal, but this is a new level of just hate crime. I don't even joke about it.
That's how far we've gotten as a society, huh? We're not outlawing refills. We're outlawing free refills in the hopes that people start drinking more water and less sugary sodas.
Joke's on you, I was doing it for like a month or two. I was drinking water soda for a month or two, and I'm still fucking here, bitch. Like, and ban free refills. Are you fucking kidding me? Usually those things are like in hotels or like parties or whatever the shit. And first of all, free shit doesn't exist. Somebody has to pay for it. So the owner of the building, who is like buying all the equipment for the refills, he will be the one who pays for that. Like, why do you care about it?
Don't need my population getting fat.
Okay, look. I do got a little bit fat while I was taking soda in my soda arc, as you can say. But I didn't get American fat. Like, only a little bit belly bulge, and that's it. And I'm working on it.
Then everybody in the world will assume that they're American. Oh, you're a funny fucker, Beans on Toast.
If they're worried about
I just made the American fat joke. God damn it.
them being American, why don't they just rob them? So if they rob,
Beans on Toast.
What?
if they're worried about them being American, why don't they just rob them? So if they rob somebody and they're like, oh, thank you so much for doing this, and I don't want to offend you and your culture, and if they get their ass beat, obviously they're American.
Yeah, there have been several countries around the world warning their pickpockets not to steal from Americans because they get their ass beat. Maybe we are violent.
Nah, I think it's the
Violent for the good reason.
way that Americans work. We work 80 hours a week, had like 2 different jobs.
Why do I feel attacked again? I like seriously, I work right now like, well, not 80 hours. Until not so long ago, until a year ago, we were working 12 hours every 5 days, and the 6th day was 7 hours. Let me calculate it. 5 times 12, it will be 67 hours. I used to work like 67 hours, and now I work like 62, which is like 11 hours per 5 days plus the 7 hours on a Friday. 63 hours if my math is right. Oh, sorry, 62. What's that? Shadow! Sup, dudes? What's up, Shadow? Julian disappeared for a second, I think. We are reacting to shit. And I think Julian disappeared.
Try and save up any penny we can possibly do. We gotta pay out the ass for fucking healthcare. We can't afford anything else in the world. So if we manage to save up enough money to actually go on a trip overseas, which is expensive as all shit, we don't get any paid time off to go.
Reacting always to some airplanes. Indeed. Indeed, my friend, indeed. Motherfuck, react to submarines or something. If he had submarines on a more frequent basis, I would fucking be happy to. Like, he needs to bring back the Ohio for a reason or two.
go do that, so we use up
They require submarine. Sorry.
our sick days. So basically, if someone tried to steal my fucking phone while I was out there after going through all that, I'ma fuck them up too.
It's interesting that your government is shut down, yet your Department of Homeland Security and Immigration and Customs Enforcement are still dragging people out on the streets and deporting them. Like they're all actual criminals, and they're not doing anything wrong. You know,
They are illegal immigrants from the start. They are criminals from the fucking get-go. What do you not get?
would really agree with you. Except the cartel just put out bounties on American ICE agents, which tells me, because they don't care about people, that I'm fucking with their business.
Ooh.
So that would mean that whatever I'm doing is actually fucking with them. The cartel, man, they always be threatening stuff, but I just kind of ignore them. It's the best thing to do.
Yeah, yeah, that was what you people were talking to Israel with the entire Gaza thing. Yo, I have a question. You are still employed, right? Yeah. Yeah. I do work every day.
And that's why your country's infested with them.
Uncle Sam.
Oh my oh my god, the bone is here. Oh my god. Oh, the fucking Joker.
It's quite simple. You could uninvest that country with them. You
Ooh.
want to see a magic trick? I mean, it's not.
Oh my god. The bone is going wild. It's gaining. Oh, I wish the B1R was a thing. The freedom boner.
Not all there, but he's fucking right.
Cause I see you all days playing something on Discord for hours and I said that weird cause you never do that. Ah, that's because yesterday was a short day. Yesterday I finished at like 2 p.m. And all week, like it was either a short day or an holiday, like Sukkot and all shit. Yeah, let me look up. Playing some Sudoku shit. Yeah, that's called, first of all, Sudachi. That's a Nintendo Switch emulator. I was playing fucking Xenoblade on that shit.
I took the words right out of my mouth, except for the whole maniac laughter at the end. Yeah, that might have squeezed out a poop.
Better chill out, Bone.
Guys, you know? No, Sudachi is a Nintendo Switch emulator. And I was playing Xenoblade Chronicle X. Look it up.
I'm the only one who gets to lick my lips and talk weird.
I'm gonna just go ahead and tell both of you, chopstick. It's not quite as effective as Burt's Bees, but it's better off than Carmex. That is the tier list. You got a fucking problem with it. You got a problem with me. America, did you see in my new parade?
Too lazy for that? Then I'll do it for you. Xenoblade. Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Bam. Like, I was playing this shit. I'm telling you, it's super fun to play.
I now have a multiple rocket launcher just like you. And I have a new ICBM that I can reach the United States.
Uh-huh. How much did that shit cost? I fucking bet it cost less than my phone. You always play something so random. Oh my god. Yes, I do. Indeed. Oh my god. My throat. That's the beauty of gaming, man. So random you will never understand it.
You know, like a year ago, West Taiwan stole my plans for the HIMARS, and now you unveil something that looks eerily similar to the fucking HIMARS.
Oh my.
So there's that. And secondly, your ICBM is just literally leftover Russian tech. Congratulations. You went and lost a whole bunch of people in Kursk, so that way you could get some like 30-year-old technology. You've been played.
Uncle Sam, can I go to Venezuela?
What? Oh.
Why?
All right. Like 2 days ago, Buff went to the B-52 was spotted, or was like Trump said that he's deploying some B-52 to Venezuela for some reason. I bet on day I will open Discord and I will see you playing Hunter versus Furries type shit. You'll never know. Oh, by the way, Vandarder just released a collab with some waifu game. Wanna play it tomorrow?
I don't know. Boredom mostly, but wouldn't it just scare the piss out of them if I just kind of flew around out there for a little while and then just came?
Uncharted? War Thunder. You know. That fucking War Thunder. Give me a second, I will pull it out right now. Where the fuck is it? Oh, here it is.
敵3時方向
Yes! They did a fucking collab with Senrai Maidens. I have no idea what the hell is it, but it looks good. Yes? You're in? Download the game right now. We will have a lot of fun. Just yes. Boobs. Yes, so go download the game right now. We will be playing this shit tomorrow. Oh, we will have so much fun. Just playing for the boobs. Indeed. Free? Yes, it is for free. I will pull out the link right now. I already got the good shit. They have a Takemakura decal with one of those characters already in game. So yeah, this is the good shit. Give me a second, I need to... Huh? I think it's this one. Uh-huh. Here you go. Go and download it.
Home. They wouldn't have any idea what the hell's going on.
You had better not think about it one little bit. Huh. What was that noise? Must have been the wind. Definitely couldn't be somebody that I'm currently not talking to about anything. Go ahead, Buff. Have fun. Just go walk around out there. Don't drop anything.
Yeah, I would not bet on it. Also, there is no way that Buff is alone. Like, that will never happen. Even the Bid 2 back in Iran was escorted with F-22s. So, 100% this Buff was escorted by the Kid and Junior.
Unless I change my mind.
Can I take the kid with me just in case there's any,
I knew it.
sketchy ass F-16s that take off from Venezuela and think they want a piece of the old man?
Please let me go. I've been taking Spanish lessons so I can learn to speak the language down in Venezuela.
Aren't they speaking Arabic right now? Isn't Venezuela an Islamic country? Just asking.
Look, I'll start counting. 1, 2, 3.
Motherfucker was listening to Rammstein last month and he was thinking it is Spanish.
First of all, no. Second of all, that's German.
Damn it. I've been bamboozled. It's the last time I get Spanish lessons from an old guy in Argentina.
Nailed it.
You're gonna have to be a history buff to get that joke, but God, it was fucking good.
Okay, Buff, you can go now.
Okay. Hey, Jungle Mexicans, I'm off your coast. What are you gonna do about it?
I don't
that's
know
good.
what you think you're doing out there, but you need to stop. Get away from my ocean.
First of all, I'm in international waters. Second of all, I'm dunking my sack in your ocean. It's like making tea. It's like the
Oh my... I'm drinking tea every morning, Buff. Why did you have to say it?
Boston Tea Party, but off the coast of Venice, the Buffson Tea Party. I'm fucking here for it.
Look, beggars can't be choosers, but with your shutdown, is this going to affect the toys that I'm getting?
This is why you never just trust the West. Help.
Motherfucker, Ukraine have enough firepower to take you over. And you are too incompetent to do shit about it.
He's never coming. Unlike
Yeah, from the United States, I'm not so sure. From the other countries, though, oh, you bet your ass it will be coming.
your mom. She does regularly. Sorry. Buff is busy right now.
Wait.
Trust the West. Help is never coming.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike your mom. She does regularly.
Kid. The Buff told the kid well. The launcher is so weird. Yeah, you will have to get used for it.
Sorry. Buff is busy right now.
That's my fucking boy.
Knew it.
Every time. Ukraine, they're on their way. They're coming.
Oh, nice.
Don't want to give any details of when or what, but nice little shopping list. It's coming.
Oh, wait. Trump and Zelensky were talking like, I think Zelensky was in America, like this week or previous one. And they were talking about what equipment America will send to Ukraine, so, oh, that will be a good list.
Russia, you.
I'm downloading the 20 gigabytes version. It will be better for you to download like the which version? Like it will be better for you to download the full client, which is 62. If you have the space for it, of course.
You can shut your mouth. Every time you want to start with one of us. Just remember, every day you wait, I get more and more toys.
I love Poland. That's a lot, I don't have space. Ah, right. Then take the 20 gigabytes. I hope it will not affect the game too bad.
I just successfully was the first country outside of the United States to test fire and engage off of IBCS, which is the Integrated Air and Missile Defense Battle Command System from the United States.
What?
And believe it or not, everything was nominal, which is impressive.
Nice.
Fourth wall break, me individually was the person who, on the Army side, US, was the first person to fire missiles off of that. It was in December of 2019.
Ooh,
IBCS Flight Test 5.
nice.
It's over on YouTube. It
That's
was
cool.
a really interesting experience, probably the highlight of my career. But I'm glad that the system is finally working. Poland had purchased that system in 2019. They'd thrown money at it. So it's good to see that it's working.
Great.
Hey, boss. You know, I can still do the job, even against drones.
Oh
Look,
yeah.
I'm not, I don't want to be that guy in the room. It's not that you couldn't shoot down drones, because quite frankly, throwing explosive Red Bull cans at a plastic DJI drone is very, very easy to do. And quite literally the most overkill. Nerd, overkill is underrated.
Yep.
What do you got, Warthog?
That's the thing. I didn't even have to use the main gun. Laser guided rocket. PKWS, motherfuckers.
Do you want now? Do you want?
America's always building new shit. Well, why don't you
Indeed.
realize that both your budget and the world doesn't need new weapons every other year?
That's where you will be wrong, my boy. Look at the Middle East. There always need for weapons.
Your platforms you have right now are perfectly capable. Oh, no. Beans on toast. I've been competing with myself for years. That's the only reason I stay ahead, is I build something and then I go, cool, what's the best way to destroy it? And then I build something that can destroy it. What have you built this time? We just had AUSA, man.
What?
That's
What now?
a long list this year.
Hey, USA. Okay, USA moment, I get it.
I even impressed myself. We have started building a second aircraft carrier that is nuclear for the nation of France. We already
You mean like a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier? Cool.
I have the Charles de Gaulle, and we are building a second one. It will be the largest aircraft carrier in Europe, and it will again be one of the only nuclear powered. People are protesting in your streets, your nation's falling apart, and you can't keep a prime minister, and still you're building weapons.
And on top of that, you still have crippling fucking debt that's like 160% of your GDP. Like, what the hell, friends? For fuck's sake. I recently looked up a video or two about you. And the last 2 weeks were nothing but a disaster. What the hell? Building new shit will be the worst idea ever.
It will again be one of the only nuclear powered. People are protesting in your streets, your nation's falling apart, and you can't keep a prime minister, and still you're building weapons.
What the hell?
I think I'm rubbing off on you, dude.
Better than them rubbing off
Yeah, kinda.
on us. I don't even know if I know how to make a white flag.
Facts. So let's go down the list here. Let me see. Oshkosh just revealed 3 different versions of the multi-mission autonomous vehicle, the largest of which is called their Extreme, which is is shortened to XMAV, multi-mission autonomous vehicle. It's super cool. Anyways, I've been trying to tackle the whole being able to launch my cruise missiles from
Wait, Oshkosh. Yeah, it's American shit. It's not Russian, okay.
ground platforms. Just had some issues in the past, but this one, you can pack 4 of them bad boys on the back of a 10x10 Hemet, and I love that.
America's still figuring out how to launch a missile from a truck, not realizing that drones have become the future of warfare.
Slavic Special Ed, will you shut up for once?
Oh, we got that too. There's a company that released a robot arm that sits on the back of a truck. You can put it on Humvees, all sorts of different things. And it has like a pallet of FPV drones, and it can launch and retrieve them while it's driving down the road. So it'll catch a drone, stow it away. You can recharge it, do whatever you need to. And then you can just start yeeting drones out the back of a truck from a robot arm, which is honestly, I feel like a little unnecessary, but I love it.
Me
Wow,
too.
you have a truck that can shoot drones. Congratulations. You still don't have any hypersonics.
You don't either. Fuckface.
Tundra Tard, have you forgotten about the Dark Eagle? It's already fielded. It's in the Philippines. West Taiwan's super upset about that one. But aside from that, Lockheed Martin, they came out with a new little toy, the Precision Strike missile that we've been working on for years now, mainly launched out of HIMARS. But they have a ramjet version that they're talking about launching out of the Mark
what
41
now?
VLS on board my Arleigh Burke destroyers. So that's kind of cool.
That still puts your troops in harm's way.
How?
Being able to stay away from the fight and use systems to get in there will win wars.
Ah, how right you are.
Yeah. Let's see. Alright, America has that type of shit too.
Also, I know English is not your first language, so is autonomous lost on you when I was talking about the thing that launches Tomahawk cruise missiles, but I digress. We also built this.
I see without seeing.
What the hell is that? Oh wait. Yeah, that's Lockheed, okay. Sikorsky? What the hell is... What the hell is that? My god. What a nice helicopter, to be honest. What is that called? What's the name of it?
What the hell is that thing and where are its eyeballs at?
Fuck that kid, where its real balls at?
Guys, relax. That's the S-70 UAS U-Hawk. From concept to...
Let's just call it the S-1770. My god. The new guy is disabled.
product design in 10 months. Sikorsky and Lockheed Martin got together and they took a
It's collaboration, okay.
Black Hawk and made it unmanned. It opens up in the front. It's got 25% more space than a regular Black Hawk. You can load it with missiles, drones, all sorts of different shit. You can load it with supplies. It can carry unmanned vehicles. And here's a really cool thing. If you wanted to just load it full of fuel and use it for missions over long distances, it can cover up to 1,600 nautical miles or loiter for 14 hours.
1600 nautical miles. Let me convert that quickly. 1600 nautical miles to km. Almost 3,000 kilometers. Holy fuck.
Is anyone getting a stolen alien technology vibe here?
Oi,
Yes, I
Sorry?
thought I was the only one.
sorry about this one. Holy fuck, my windows almost exposed me. Whatever.
Well, come on, y'all. You ain't gotta be so weird. Yes, I thought I was the only one. Well, come on, y'all. You ain't gotta be so weird with it. It's just a new guy. How are you? Take me to your leader. We come in peace.
I think I know that reference.
That's why you're yesterday's news, old timer. We don't come in peace. We come in extreme violence.
Yeah, and occasionally Russia's mom.
Buff for Buff's sake. For Buff's sake, man, what the hell? These Spanish lessons from the old guy in Argentina had me rolling, me too. Petition to change beans on toast to beans on falafel. Honestly, no. Let's switch it to beans on goats. Make it beans on beans on goats. Yeah, that will be way more accurate. But anyway, that was a great one. Oh, I loved it. Anywho, let's I have here an entire series of videos to watch. Let's see. Come on, download you. What a slow shit. Holy fuck, my Opera GX is retarded.
Some car.
Yep. Give me a minute. I need to restart this shit.
I am not.
Oh, sorry. Wrong video. That's for a little later. Alright, it downloaded. Great. Good to know. And I found the right video. Let's go to the next video. Top 7 cars that killed their companies. And of course, in the thumbnail, it's a fucking jug. Like, holy fuck, this shit is so ugly. Let's watch it. By Topcast TV, aka Stipe.
Some cars are winners, some are losers. But every
Ew.
now and then, an auto industry will give us the rarest of them all. Killers.
The Aztec, of course. Honestly, I thought it was the Soul Styles that killed Pontiac. But whatever.
Hey guys, Stipe here with a list of cars so bad that they killed their own companies.
Game over, man. Game over.
What's first?
Pontiac Aztec.
Of course, from the
These
start.
days, Aztec is the laughing stock of the world, the proverbial orc helmet that everyone loves to kick around. But
Yep.
when Pontiac was developing it, they were so proud of it. They seriously thought it would be the greatest thing since the invention of yoga pants. The clever design by committee method that was used on it made sure that pretty much any idea was accepted in order to make it the most versatile car in the world. And if anyone had anything negative to say about the Aztec, these people were kicked off the team.
Hold up. Hold up. You mean it was a space of toxic positivity? God damn, man, it's Proto Concord.
Afraid for the job, people just turned a blind eye to the most obvious problem that this car had, the way that it looked.
Just what the hell, man? Like, look at how ugly this shit is. First of all, it doesn't make sense from the design choice. Like, why the fuck are the turn headlights are over the main headlights? Like, what the hell, man? Also, this cheap looking grey plastic doesn't do any justice at all. And those comically small wheels, oh my god, so fucking ugly, man.
That issue was ultimately brought back up by a focus group, but instead of addressing the feedback, the project leader said these last famous words. What do these morons know anyway?
Bob Lutz, you are kidding me? The guy that brought the Dodge Viper? That made the Dodge Viper? What? Isn't that the guy that also was one of the OG guys behind the BMW M division? My god, have you fallen?
Fast forward and Aztec is finally on sale. Woo! Let's do the crowd surfing. Pontiac needed to sell 30,000 per year.
Okay, this version is looking way better, but man, those headlights are so ugly. The double grilled, the double nose, the quarter nostril, like, what the hell is that?
They're
So
just to
ugly.
break even, which shouldn't have been an issue because they were expecting around 75K. In reality, 27,793 cars was their best year, meaning that they were losing money on each Aztec that they sold for the entirety of its 5-year-long
By the way, Breaking Bad. Nice.
miserable life. In the end, this car alone wasn't what killed Pontiac, but it definitely brought its image and the financial situation to a new low. So when the 2008 financial crisis came around, GM's decision to cut off this once beloved brand was an easy one. It just wasn't profitable. Maybach, 62. Where do
this
I
is
even
known.
begin with this one? Maybe with the fact that it was built on the outdated W140 platform, while
You serious? On the other side, the W140 was brilliant. A gray area in this one.
the newer 220 and the later 221 were sold alongside it, or the fact that the Maybach name meant nothing to anyone who wasn't around in Germany some 100,000 years ago. And then there's the big one. The fact that it looked a lot like the two-tone stretch version of the regular S-Class while costing 3 times as much. That right there was the biggest problem. You can't be the king
Obviously.
of Luxury Hill if you look like that cheaper thing. And so, while the initial sales were surprisingly good with a strong list of celebrity owners, it didn't take long for everyone to realize that a bigger S-Class with a couple of more toys isn't quite as special as the Rolls or the Bentley, both of which were also cheaper to buy. Maybach tried with their updated S version, the Zeppelin editions, and they
Nah, nothing unique. It's looking like a Chinese copy of a Mercedes, to be honest. Like, not even a joke. This is a Chin Chong Mercedes, straight up.
La Danana Leila convert.
Landaulet. How the fuck do you pronounce that? Landaulet. I have no idea how to pronounce this shit.
But none managed to attract enough buyers to keep the brand going. So after losing over $1 billion, that's
Holy
billion with a
shit.
B,
With a fucking B. You can buy fucking buy 7 F-22 for this price.
Mercedes decided to swallow their pride and shut the whole thing
Well, not 7, like 4 F-22s, but whatever.
down. Today, the Maybach's name is still around, but only as an extra luxurious edition of some of the already luxy Benzes, which, when you think about it,
Not
wasn't
bad.
much different from what the Maybach cars were when they were a separate thing. The only difference, they won't cost you more than the Rolls.
Huh.
MG X-Power SB.
MG? Oh, like that MG.
Although MG had a couple of hits like the TF, the MGB, and the Midget, yes, that's what they called it throughout its long history, this British marquee was never what
Hold up a second, MG is still alive, but... MG was bought by the Chinese, right? My god.
you'd call financially stable. The same was true in the early 2000s.
Oh my god. That looks like a Rover. Back when I was a kid, my dad had a Rover. I think that was called the Model 25. Let me look it up for a second. Rover Model 25. If that was the right name for this piece of junk. Yep. My dad used to have this shit. He used to drive this piece of crap, and believe me, this British piece of shit was awful as hell. Like, it was breaking every Monday. I'm not even joking.
When despite having some decent models, the huge debt they amassed just wasn't clearing fast enough to avoid yet another bankruptcy.
Nice.
Screw it then. Let's just do a muscle car instead and go out
What the hell? I gotta admit, it looks aggressive as fuck.
in a blaze of glory. Yeah, baby, now we're talking. And they call it the X-Power SV? Double yes, dude. Double yes. Anyway, the goal was to create the most
Nice.
in your
I need to choose a class like tank, airplane, or ship. What do I choose? Start with the airplanes. That is the good old classic. Then try the tanks. The navy. It's not really good for, like, I don't really play the navy. Mainly, it's the best classes are like tanks or airplanes.
face car, but on a budget of $350. And you know what that means. A lot of borrowed parts. The headlights were from the Fiat Punto. Taillights from the coupe, wheels for some aftermarket OZs.
I'll
and
go tank. Great. In that case, go for the American tanks. They are badass.
as for the engine, a 4.6 and the 5.0 from a Mustang, the latter of which was tuned by Roush. It had
By
huge
who?
gills on the side, even huger wheel arches, and a big-ass wing which probably did nothing. There were even talks about a 1,000 horsepower version with the factory
Hey, what
installed
now?
nitrous system, but that never came to be. Hell, I'm surprised they even managed to make 80 of the regular ones, since each car had to visit 6 different companies to do their parts. As expected, the X-Power
fuck.
didn't bring
Looks cool. Indeed, it does.
MG much money, but it did serve as that one last British hurrah before the Chinese took over and started making faceless SUVs like these. And you know,
Yeah, I think after that they were bought by
before
the
the Chinese
Chinese.
took over and started
Yeah, I misquoted.
making faceless SUVs like these.
I see a lot of them like in Elat or in Jerusalem. Oh, they look fucking ugly.
And you know what though? I totally respect that.
Yo,
Yep.
respect.
Fisker Ocean
The what now?
had a lot going for itself. Like it was
Isn't that like the I forgot what his name. Marcus Brownlee, right? Give me a second. I need to look up his name. I need to look up his name. MKBHD, right. MKBHD. Oh, one review that ends it all.
Was really, really good looking. That looks good! Which shouldn't be a surprise since the guy who designed it and ran the company also designed the prettiest car ever made, the Aston Martin DB9.
Ooh, oh my.
It was also practical, had a decent battery range, decent power. It was fairly priced, well equipped, and most importantly, it was also an electric SUV. Just like the other best-selling car in the world. But don't think that this was just the Tesla cult and no love for anyone else. 63,000 pre-orders for a startup car
my.
like the Fisker Ocean was nothing to scoff at. Too
Yeah,
bad it was all
indeed.
ruined by torrent software issues. The thing is, electric cars aren't
Yep.
just cars. They're more like computers on wheels, for which you have to develop some pretty complex software. That, turns out, isn't easy. Even the giants like Volkswagen are feeling at that. But Fisker was
Yeah.
like, well, how hard can it be? And so you had problems with pairing your phone, getting the door handles to slide out, the car wouldn't recognize your
What?
key fob, the update by air didn't work, the issues with automatic emergency braking, something you always want to have, and many other problems which led to 6 recalls in the first year alone.
Holy
and then there
shit.
was that infamous
What I was talking about.
Marquez Brownlee review.
I think it's just the worst car I've ever tested.
Just how bad of a flop the Ocean was, consider this, it took 11 years for Maybach to burn through $1 billion. Fisker did it in less than 4. Well, you know what
Holy
they say,
shit.
third time's the charm.
Wait,
Did it in less than 4.
What?
Well, you know what they say, third time's the charm.
Fisker Automotive 2006 to 2014. Fisker Incorporated 2016-2024. Fisker, the designer strikes back 2026. Success? Yeah, I would not bet on it.
Renault Aventine.
What? How did the Aventine kill Renault? Like, now that doesn't make sense.
Confused? Wondering how is this on the list when Renault didn't even flinch when Aventine failed?
Yeah.
Well, that's because the Aventine isn't exactly a Renault per se. It
What?
was actually developed and built by Matra, which is a small French manufacturer.
Wait, Mantra? I think I mistook it for the Tatra for a second, which is an Indian defense contractor.
Of a weird sports cars, and later the innovative and hugely successful Espace minivan, which they offered to Renault and earned them a lot of money with. So when Matra approached them again with a crazy minivan coupe idea that no one had ever done before, Renault
I think I saw one of those like yesterday. At least I believe so. Boy, does it look sexy.
wasn't sure what to think, except, well, they were right the last time, right? So the green light was given, and Matra went all in, balls deep with it, fully confident that they would strike gold once more. They didn't, and so, when the Aventine failed, it didn't just kill the car division, but the whole Matra conglomerate, which
What?
also produced weaponry, telecommunications, and aeronautics, too. Shit, you know you have a fucked up vehicle when it takes down several sectors of your industry. But I mean, of course it failed. It's a sporty minivan coupe. You couldn't combine the two more conflicting ideas even if you tried. Yes, the Aventine is very practical for a coupe, but terribly cumbersome and heavy for a sports car. It just doesn't work. And I know it would be cool to own such a quirky car today when the value is dropped to just a few $1,000s.
But the value is dropped for a fucking reason, man. Like, well, when a car loses a shit ton of value, there is a reason for it. And also, mileages of 166,000 kilometers. Do not buy this shit.
And I'm with you on that. But would you have paid an equivalent of 68 grand for a new one back in 2002?
It's not a
It costed how much?
Equivalent of 68 grand for a new one back in 2002.
68,000 bucks in 2002? What? Excuse me, what?
It's not a simple answer.
No. Be honest.
I am being honest.
No.
Wait,
Be
what?
honest.
I am being honest.
Oh, that's the new Firelight EZ, okay. what 68 grand buys today. A little different, but whatever. Which is also even better because it's better value in result, but I would take an all Pajero all day, every day.
I think I'll pass.
I'm surprised that over 8,000 people actually said yes.
Oh, really?
NSU RO80.
Who the fuck are those?
If this is the first time you're hearing about the NSU brand, think of it as the Frenchiest of all the German manufacturers. By that, I mean, they weren't doing the same as everyone else. Take this RO80 as an example, a regular mid-sized car that had nothing regular about it, at least for its time. The body was designed with aerodynamics in mind, something that was space age at the time. It had disc brakes all around, independent suspension, a semi-auto gearbox, and some clever new internal combustion technology under the hood. All this earned it the Car of the Year 1968 award, but it wasn't long, and by that I mean 15,000 miles long, before owners started cursing both NSU and whoever rated this car so high.
Fucking thing sucks!
That's because the new tech under the
A rotary, a Dorito engine. You're fucking kidding me. You're fucking kidding me. A rotary engine, of course, of fucking course. And what was it? The fucking 60s, 70s, right?
The hood was the rotary engine, the first one put into a mass-produced car. Hey, remember?
The first one ever, even before Mazdas? Oh,
remember how bad the rotary was in the Mazda RX-8? Ow! Now imagine the first iteration of that engine from 40 years before. Yeah. It was so bad that complete engine breakdowns in the first year, while these cars were still under warranty, were the norm. That cost a lot.
Too much.
NSU tried to improve it, and then they somewhat did, but by then, the 1970s oil crisis was in full swing, and the rotary's inherent appetite for fuel turned
16 to 20 liters per 100 kilometers. My Pajero is doing less than that, and to be honest, that's a turbo diesel, but whatever.
Even the hardest of the diehard fans against it. Shame. The Row was one of the most innovative cars ever, but this one bad decision to go rotary sealed not just its fate, but that of the whole company too. Okay, you know what's next. Honorable mentions. You think you can guess these?
Okay, let me guess. Killed Lancia, killed Triumph, killed AMC. To be honest, I do not recognize them at all. But I guess I can call it a T-Pacer. It looks like a... Is that the fucking... I think I just recognize it. Let's see. I think I just recognized this third one. Let's see. T-proper angle. No, it's not the one. No, it's not it. But I think it's close enough. Let's see. Let's just... Yeah, it's a model name of its own. Oh wait, I think I saw it before. Yeah, I think I saw it once before, but whatever. By the way, Stipe, you had to you had to censor this moment, man. Like it was too easy to recognize. Well, recognize. It was legal cheating. And what is Triumph? First of all, let's see what killed Lancia. Well, in reality, more like killed, but Lancia. Let's see. Okay, I think I found it. Is there a fucking model name? Flavia. No, it's not the Flavia, but... Okay. Lancia Monte Carlo. Yeah, it's the one. It's the Monte Carlo. Look at it. Yeah, fucking Monte Carlo, and it looks like it's from the fucking 70s or 80s. And yeah, I was I was on fucking spot. How did it kill the Lancia? Like the Delta HF was literally came out a few years later. It's maybe it's killed the Lancia in the imagination as before the before that. I don't know, but oh, it looks very bad. It looks awful. It's a fucking off-brand DeLorean lookalike. And what is Triumph? First of all, Triumph car. Let's see. Triumph Motor Company, okay. What a nice woman. Triumph TR7. Is it the one? Yes, it's the one. Triumph TR7. Oh my god. What the hell is that? What? What the hell? It looks so awful. It's like I don't even. What the hell? Fucking. It's way too ugly to be true, to be honest. I don't even know how to call it. It looks like. It looks like a first generation RX 7 off of Wish, to be honest.
And let me know in the comments. And at number 1, here we go. Jaguar Type 00.
Obviously.
Here's a car that hasn't even gone into production, and yet it and the whole rebrand
already dead on arrival, indeed.
Around it have done so much damage to Jag that many are already calling it dead.
Yeah, and the entire that one promotional video that was super fucking woke. I think everyone already saw it. And the rebranding the entire shit, it's just destroyed the company completely. Like, I will let Stipe talk.
And for good reason. In their wisdom, Jaguar thought that the best thing moving forward would be to completely erase the decades worth of heritage and start new. New logo, new badges, and a new idea of what their clients should look like. According to Jag, their new car is
this one
for people who are cross-dressing.
What the hell is that? Like, who? First of all, terrible hair. Like, if you want to go all puffy, make it full puff. Do not cut corners that are not supposed to exist. Second of all, do not walk with a fucking, what the hell is that? What's the name of that rescue circle that they use in the ocean? Like, don't use this shit. Why the fuck is that? Is there an off-brand assassin? Like, what the hell are those people? Also, the colors are way too fucking radiant bright.
Out of the norm androgynous individuals. Oh, I'm not sure there are.
This man looks so fucking gay, even Freddie Mercury will call him the F-slur. Alright, the game is kinda fun, but where are the boobs? You should go into customization. You should have the Takemakura decal. And also, this is a crossover between two games.
Enough such people in the world to keep Jaguar alive. Some wacko fashion brand, sure, but these people don't keep Jaguar alive. Some wacko fashion.
Yeah, this was a real runaway outfit. Fucking stupid people.
Fashion brand, sure, but these people don't care about cars. I bet if you asked her what this car is.
That's a woman? Nah, man, that looks like a fucking alien from Indonesia.
She would say, it's a pink car? Wait. Is that a dude? See what I mean? Another point of failure is a push for 100% electrification, which comes at a time when more and more manufacturers are backtracking from their ambitious EV plans.
Nice.
But, you know, what do those morons know anyway, right? Lastly, the way it looks. Unpopular opinion, but personally, I really like it. It has that mean stance, if you know what I mean. Still, I'm aware that it will not.
I would say it's 50-50. Like, looks clean and all, but way too straightforward.
Not go into production looking anything like that. Those huge wheels are really nice. But where's the suspension travel?
Oh, right. In that case, the engine would be very low. Alright, that's an EV, so whatever, but yeah, where is the suspension going sink into? Also, good luck on the bumpy roads.
Super thin headlights aren't headlights, so you can forget about their piercing look too. Also, what about the ride height? Where are the mirrors? Will it still have the chop top?
Also, where the fuck is the rear window? What the hell, man?
Narrow shut lines, you start changing all these details and subtly, it'll end up looking very different.
Yeah, it looks very bad.
And all they had to do was improve the reliability of their existing cars. Nothing else. But no, they had to kill the past in order to chase the future, which is already a thing of the past too. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this topic. Go watch something else now, maybe from my channel. I'll see you in the next one.
Cut!
2 months ago.
Thank you. Very, very thank you. Great video by Step, and let's go watch something else. Okay, let's see what video do I want to watch next. Let's go to the one and only AK Jesus. Where is he? Where is he in my channel list? What's up,
Some
man?
cars
Oh,
are
what's up,
winners.
Shadow? Oh, sorry, Blackout, not Shadow, Blackout. Fuck, you two, you use the same meeting, the same hello word as Shadow, and this. Oh my god, Shadow is gonna be angry as fuck. Anywho, Brandon released a new gun meme review video a week ago, and obviously I didn't react to it because I was busy with WoWa, but let's watch it. It's not the same. Well, almost, not even close. Similar. I can tell you what my favorite streamer is. YouTuber / Twitch streamer is. Alright, let's go to fuck with everyone.
Quiet now, kitten. Daddy's having suicidal ideation.
Kuro HS. Of course, it's the fucking Kuro. the most wanted champion.
What is quiet now, kitten? Daddy's having suicidal ideation.
Who the fuck starts a conversation with like that?
Done. Meme review. What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers? Today we've got a huge lineup. FN made the Warhammer 40k bolter in real life.
Nice.
Canada's being hella gay and CZ is helping them. The return of Marty Robbins and more. But first off, the thing that nobody asked for but everybody was happy to see show up to the party, the company FN, which stands for Fabrique Nationale, as we say here in Texas, and not like a dirty Belgian. The company responsible for all sorts of cool shit ranging from the M240
Wait, didn't they discontinue the Scar 17? Shame.
Bravo, the P90, the 5.7, the Scar 16, the Scar 17, the Scar 20S, the Scar 15P, the PvP MVP in 4D. They've been dropping banger after banger for about a century of warfare now. And they decided, why fucking stop there? Apparently, we're going to make the bolter in real life.
Nice.
Now, people have compared a lot of firearms to the bolter, the AK-50 included, which I never felt quite deserved it.
Not bad.
But this is the first firearm that's ever crossed my desk where I think, goddamn, that's a bolter. I mean, just look at it. The world is a cruel and unjust place. There is no harmony in the universe. The only constant is suffering. Minutes later. OMG, Nader Launcher. Yes, FN has made the announcement that they have received a U.S. Army contract, specifically saying the future of your systems, the U.S. Army awards the FN PP on contract, which makes perfect sense because I'd love to put my...
Question, what does PP on means? It's like for the special forces or something?
Seriously, for the last 20 years, FN's been putting the SCAR in basically every caliber. You got the SCAR 16 in 5.56, the SCAR 17 in 308, SCAR 20S in 308 and 6.5 Creedmoor, SCAR 15P in 5.56 and 300 Blackout. Now they're like, fuck it, let's just turn it into a grenade launcher. Like, don't just add a grenade launcher to the SCAR, which they've already fucking done. Let's just turn the SCAR into a grenade launcher itself.
The Marines are gonna fucking love it.
They've turned it into the multi-tool of munitions, and I am here for it. Also,
Me too.
I'm not sure I've ever heard of this contract. I didn't know if this is something that was being like actually shopped by the U.S. Army, or if this is like just the unsolicited dick pic of military contracts. Defense just gave them a grenade launcher, like, hey, we designed this. I made this. Do you want? I showed you.
Don't show it to the Marines. They will have a banner so hard they will fucking eject their load too early.
My 30mm grenade launcher, please respond. And they
30mm? Nah, no, it won't be good enough for the Marines. No, make it 50.
Did. And it's fucking awesome. Please respond. And they did. And it's fucking awesome.
Indeed.
FN is making an IRL bolt gun and you're blackpilling? U.S. military. We wanted a 30 caliber Mark 18. FN. I thought you said 30mm. What a neat fucking design though. Just looking at, I'm not gonna go down the TISM hole yet. I'm just excited to check it out. I think it's pretty neat. FN, if there's any way I can get my hands on one of these, I would love to do a deep dive with it. In fact, I
wanna see
actually
it
went
too.
straight to Twitter, or excuse me, X. I didn't mean to dead name it. And I asked below their announcement, hey Grok, what are the odds that FN America will let me play with their new SCAR grenade launcher? To which Skynet replied, based on your rep as a firearms YouTuber and past collabs in the industry, I'd estimate 60 to 70% odds if you pitch a review video. To which I replied,
So you're telling me there's a chance?
And a few days later, FN...
They're in Tolkien now.
And jumped in with this, which if I may speak directly to FN in regards to this, I'm still haunted by the things that I've done for a Klondike bar. Those pale in comparison to what I would do to get my hands on this 30mm launcher. I'm still haunted by the things that I've done for a Klondike bar. Those pale in comparison to what I would do to get my hands on this 30mm grenade launcher. England simulator. Just kidding. This isn't a defenseless European woman. This is
TacPack.
TacPack. TacPack. TacPack is a monthly
TacPack. Say it right. TacPack.
subscription service where you can get tactical swag, fuck. Just knocked a light over. SOG knives.
Nice.
Enforce lights, goddamn. Enforce lights and dry fire trainers. Rats, tourniquets, reptilia, pistol grips, and more. And breaking news, TacPack has never put out a box with this much value before. In all seriousness, if you use code READY556, you'll get $556 worth of gear in your first TacPack. The November box alone is worth $446, and if you use the code READY556 in November, you'll get an extra $110 in free gear. It's a great deal to jump in on. We appreciate TacPack for sponsoring the video. And as always, if you'd like to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology,
What, you want to even make it sleek? Like you used to do always? Also, I want to say it. What the fuck, YouTube? Why the fuck did you change the design for your, like, icons? Why didn't you keep it as it is? Just for 1 minute, don't fuck up anything. Like, what the hell are those likes? Like, I'm serious. Those likes, dislikes. This play button, what the fuck? Why change the design every two months? You have only one fucking job. Do not touch if it works.
you can check out sdi.edu down in the links in the description and in the pinned comment. And now for something completely different. Marty Robbins meme.
Hello.
Who would win? A dangerous outlaw who has killed at least 20 people who tried to get him and is not afraid of anything. Some stranger with a big iron on his hip.
A big iron on his hip.
The results may shock you. Also, fun fact, last time I was in El Paso, I actually went to like the original Rose's Cantina. Like the bar that they talk about in the song.
Ooh.
It's kind of cool. They've got like a little shrine to Marty Robbins there in the corner. It's kind of neat. I don't know. Anyhow, moving on. Breaking news.
And those
Canada
are...
is being big gay and they're being... Moving on.
Hold up.
Breaking news. Canada is being big gay.
Canada being hella gay. Much news, yes, very news. Half French as country. I still don't know where's the customization of the menu. Choose the tank. Right click the logo of the tank. And you will have options. One of them with the paintbrush, it will be the customization.
And they're being helped out by the firearm industry. See, Canada is being big gay, and they're being helped out by the firearm industry.
What?
So you may or may not remember, there's been some sweeping firearm legislation that has rocked Canada.
Oh, okay, nice. Thanks. You're welcome.
Massive firearm bans for specific types of firearms, a ban on the transferring of ownership of any pistol across the board. It's straight up just terrible. Big F's in the chat for any of our Canadian brothers and sisters that still remain uncocked.
F.
At least their mindset remains uncocked. Their government cucked them pretty hard. But it turns out in Canada's effort to seize and destroy these firearms, they had a little bit of help. That came in the shape of CZ, which is a massive conglomerate, whether that be CZ USA or, in fact, Colt Canada. It appears that a private company within the firearms sector has been aiding and assisting the Canadian government in their gun disarmament scheme, collecting the firearms that were confiscated and potentially destroying them. Admit to destroying 12,000 confiscated firearms. Hope that everyone will just forget and it doesn't backfire. CZUSA/Colt Canada.
A bad idea.
They've been continuing to post on social media as if nothing's wrong and continuing to try to sell their bolt guns to the world. Turns out,
not a great plan.
When you thought CZ was the in thing, CZ, every town for gun safety. Now, the CZ owners were always kind of like the hippie Portland coffee shop gun owners. At least that was the stereotype, you know? But for fuck's sake, if this is true, we really have to hold these companies accountable. Don't get mad at me for pointing out shit people are doing. Get mad at the companies for doing shit we don't like. If you're a company that's going to gladly profit off of private gun ownership while also profiting off of disarming the civilian population, fuck you. And if you're madder at me for talking shit about CZ than you are mad at them for doing this in the first place, fuck you harder. When the big, bad, mean, perfectly objective YouTuber says horrible, nasty things, valid complaints about your favorite gun, you're just attached to it, and that's okay. Yeah, go listen to the fucking Lumineers and cry yourself to sleep, fat CZ. Silly. Colt.
Okay.
Palmetto State Armory. Now look, I have my complaints about Palmetto State Armory, but I mean, shit, they've never been on the side of civilian gun disarmament, so... In fact, I have many complaints about PSA, but none of them are ownership. For all of their faults, PSA is pretty fucking based. A lot of people ask me my opinion on like the PSA AKs and stuff like that, and for the love of God, there is a video coming on that, and it cannot come soon enough. Got a lot of things to say, got a lot of criticisms, but all of them are because I want that company to succeed, because, yeah, their whole MO is that they want more people to be affordably armed, and I think that's pretty cool. I just want to make sure that we're arming people with guns that are good. It's a long way of saying we're on the same team. Because if you don't believe in the benefits of an armed civilian population, you might want to crack open a history book. We don't need to worry about the government using violence against its own people. Killing civil rights activists, the move bombing, Waco, war on drugs, Ruby Ridge, the list goes on and on and on and on. In the words of my move bombing,
Kent State super scene slave revolts, over thousand police shootings per year, progressive era strike breaking, Japanese internment camps. I still can't find the new stuff of the collab. You should get the Takemakura decal, but I don't know in what segment of the decals it is. I didn't look it up myself yet. Maybe I will find it and we can do it tomorrow too. Like, we can play tomorrow together.
Waco, war on drugs, Ruby Ridge, the list goes on and on and on and on. In the words of my biological son, Wendigoon, in case you ever find yourself thinking the government would never... Oh, yes, they would. But now,
oh, yes, they will.
Shit, let's move into some other...
Give me the name. I'll search up. Give me a second. Here it is. It's an in-game tickles. During this chilly autonomous season, we introduced the new Senrai Maidens Takemakura to keep your crews warm. Pick him up for free by following the link below. Like this type of link. Yeah, so wait a second, so you can just do it. Anyway, look up the official War Thunder site with the latest news. I searched that up on Diggles and there is nothing. That is super weird. Okay, I found this one. Try like to push the redeem buttons on each one of them. Maybe you will get your decal. Takemakura, how to get the anime pillows? What? Oh, it's from last year. What? Ah, no, that's... Okay, let's look it up tomorrow because I will have to know it myself to understand it. we will do it tomorrow together.
Other gun memes. Dudes, when they buy their first gun. Autism announcement. This is my new favorite recurring bit.
This is how the RFK was talking about the entire Tylenol thing.
We might keep this around. If you grew up in a household that watched Fox News, you immediately, like, this is like a Pavlovian trigger for you. I actually love this meme format so much, I used it to announce, I have acquired another World War I machine gun. In fact, it's technically a lie. I acquired 2. I'm looking forward to doing videos on both of these, but I picked up an MG0815, which is basically just like a somewhat shrunk down Maxim gun that was like revolutionary to the idea of a light machine gun. But I also picked up a kit for an MP18, which if you are morbidly autistic about World War I submachine guns or have ever played Battlefield 1, you'll recognize immediately. I'm not going to go too far into it, but man, I'm fucking excited to break those down, because those are just, it makes my tism tingle.
Nice.
And yes, the MP18 I did get on Gunbroker because I have a problem.
Lizard.
And if you would like to actually come out and shoot some of the machine guns in my personal collection, as well as a bunch of other guns that are fucking awesome, I'm happy to announce the new giveaway for my congressional campaign is 2 tickets to me and Cody's Influencer Range Day. You might know by now we do this every year. We do a private machine gun shoot every year with just all of our like YouTuber friends, influencers, celebrities, UFC fighters, whatever. We just hang out, have a good time, and shoot a bunch of your
By the way, there was 20
favorite machine guns around some of your favorite people. And this year, for the first time, we're doing it not in Texas, but in beautiful Las Vegas. It's going to be our biggest one ever. It's going to be a really good time. And every donation made to the campaign in increments of $5 will be entered to win. So $5 is 1 entry, $10 is 2 entries, $500 is 100 entries, and so on. It's going to be a great time, and we'll pay for you and a guest to come out and hang out with us, all the boys, and shoot some really cool stuff. All while benefiting a great cause of getting an anti-gun swamp creature out of DC and putting somebody like me in. Because together as a community, apes together strong. $10 million of Uniparty money, Brandon Herrera. Autistic meme lords, the fat electrician.
Nick doing the Lord's work, of course.
Every Texan in the 23rd Congressional District who loves America.
Yeah.
I know I haven't really given an update on the campaign so far, and that will be coming soon. But we've been hard at work making sure that Operation Rocky 2 is in full swing. That just about wraps things up for us this episode. By the way, if you want to catch me and the crew here in San Antonio, we're doing an unsubscribed live show. I'll leave the links down in the description and in the pinned comment for that. It's going to be the first leg of our live show, which means it's going to be unrehearsed and pretty fucking raw. Come hang out with us, have a great time at the beautiful Majestic Theater. If you want to grab tickets, be sure to use the link, because there's a bunch of ticket scalpers and people that are just trying to make a quick dime. We try really hard to keep our ticket prices reasonable for you guys, and I hate to see people getting scalped for 5-10 times what we sell the tickets for. So if you want to see me and the rest of the unsubscribed crew perform live here in San Antonio, you can check out the links in the description and the pinned comment. Other than that, I appreciate you guys staying all the way to the end of this episode of Gun Meme Review. We've got some really fun content coming up, but until then, I appreciate you staying all the way to the end, and I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks.
You're welcome. What bloopers are there?
I'm happy to announce the new giveaway for the campaign is actually 2 tickets to come out.
That unintentional pause. That was brilliant. Anyway, thank you, Congressman Herrera. Thank you very much. Let's go for the next one. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the next one. I know I wanted to react to the new Shoe on Head video. For two obvious reasons. First of all, it was my... the last reaction on Shoonhead was the most watched on the channel, like over 1,000 views in like a few weeks, holy shit. That's one. And the second, the name of that video alone was just freaking me out. And where's Shoonhead on my feed? Where is it? Where is she? I know I am subscribed to her. My god, if I can't find her... What the hell is that? Okay, one more time. One more fucking time. Am I blind or is Shu is not on my feed? You know what? Nah, it's not worth it. Shu on head. That will be easier to find her. Also, I think I need to reload my Opera again. I need to reload this bitch again. Fucking Opera, the most unoptimized browser of all time. For fuck's sake. Or maybe I can find it here. Let's see, let's watch for a minute. Oh, so what is that? Whatever. Anyway. Shoonhead. Here it is. I am subscribed to her. Why can't I find her? Whatever. just look at this logo. Like logo, fucking thumbnail. Give me a second, Shu. I need to watch it. Female gooners must be stopped. Are women okay? And look at this shit. Like, what the fuck is that? Okay. I know female gooners are like way more extreme than the male gooners. Like, we love just boobs and butts and some weirdos like feet. But female gooners, they are on a different level. Let's watch it.
Oh, I didn't see you there. What am I reading, you ask? Well, just one of the best-selling books on Amazon right now, with millions of
You know it's a problem when it's a bestseller on Amazon. You know what else is considered a fucking my tongue. You know what else is considered a bestseller on Amazon? A fucking FNAF book. No, even a fucking a fucking extreme nationalist My Little Pony book. It's literally called My Nationalist Pony or something like that. It's that bad on Amazon.
Sales and almost 20,000 5-star reviews. This book has been
How much?
Sales and almost well, just one of the best-selling books on Amazon right now, with millions of sales and almost 20,000
millions of sales. Please tell me you're joking. Please tell me you made up this number.
5-star reviews. This book has been absolutely blowing up, especially just one of the best-selling books on Amazon right now, with millions of sales and almost 20,000 5-star reviews. This book has
20,000 5 stars. What the hell? What the hell is this masterpiece that are we talking about? Is this Is this a new version of The Lord of the Rings? Is J.K. Rowling made a new book? What the hell is that?
Absolutely blowing up, especially on TikTok, or BookTok as the kids call it. Thousands and thousands of women in particular have been raving about this piece of literature. What piece of literature is it, you may ask? Well, Morning Glory Milking Farm, of course. A popular romance...
Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what?
Novel about a young woman down on her luck who does what every young woman does when facing financial struggle. She starts an OnlyFans. I'm just kidding. She wouldn't degrade herself like that. She gets a job jerking off monsters.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Morning Glory Milking Farm.
I have been reading Morning Glory Milking Farm since last night, and I'm obsessed.
This was a good time. It did not disappoint.
If this book is trash, then I am a fucking raccoon.
You are a raccoon. Let's be honest. Because this shit, even by name, I can tell that this is a horrible piece of literature. Go and read The Nerd's Diary. Even that will be better than this piece of shit, I bet.
Give me all of the garbage.
Get your eyeballs on this, because it is so good.
The female gooner epidemic. We have the male loneliness epidemic, and now the female gooners. Nice.
I regret to inform you that there is a new epidemic. An epidemic that many have yet to discuss. And that epidemic is female gooners.
A fucking what now?
Now, for those of you unaware...
I got it! You got the Takemakura decal? Hell yeah! Hell yeah, it's just a pillow. Yes, it's a pillow that you can put on a tank. It will be fun. I will do it myself later.
Gooner is internet slang for someone addicted to porn. And smut is slang for dark romance novels, otherwise known as porn. Many correct about the dangers of porn addiction with men, how it can destroy their lives and their relationships, and most men know the material they consume is weird, that is
nothing more than a pillow. Sure, it's a pillow, but a Takemakura pillow.
Is why they are ashamed of it. That is why they delete their browser history with men, how it can destroy their lives and their relationships, and most men know the material they consume is weird. That is why they are ashamed of it. That is why they delete their browser history. That is why they go incognito mode. But these bitches freaks out here. They display their smut openly in bookstores. They proudly pose in front of their smut collection.
I don't even know the girl or anime. I don't know either. I just know that she looks beautiful as fuck.
They discuss their smut openly on TikTok. They go to smut conventions and get choked out by 9-foot-tall shirtless wendigos. Now, I know what you are thinking. Shu, isn't this the pot calling the kettle degenerate? Yes. Yes, it is. But have you considered it takes one to truly know one? You see, women are strange, fascinating creatures. For centuries, men have tried to figure us out. Our mood is affected by the tides and the moon. We bleed for 5 days and don't die. By painting my face, I can instantly shapeshift from a 4 to a 6. We are truly mysterious, magical creatures. But one of the most mysterious aspects of women to men is our sexuality. You see, us women are not like those disgusting moids. No, we are sophisticated. We are evolved. We don't watch videos of strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. No, we read about strangers slapping their sweaty bodies together. It's different, okay?
It's even worse when you think about it.
You don't understand. It's okay when we do it. So, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the rapidly growing popularity of dark romance on TikTok and the recent dark romance convention that ended in disaster. Let's take a break from all this depressing political news and talk about something silly. Not that those...
Finally, because... I hope we don't get political on this video, but whatever.
Political things aren't important. Trust me, they are. You should be keeping up with politics and the news when you can. I know it can be difficult to do, but fear not. I have an app for that. So before we get into this video, let's quickly give a
Alright, time to play Fortnite with some good anime skins, nothing like War Thunder. Fortnite have anime skins? Alright, they have Dragon Ball shit, but... yeah, Fortnite as a game. I am ready to call Fortnite so many colorful names, but I won't do that. More than that. Whatever the fuck, I don't care about the fucking cartoon game.
shout out to our sponsor, Ground News. Ground News is a website and for political bias. Featured by one side, Newsom is signing a bill to give 800,000 Uber and Lyft drivers in California the right to unionize.
That's the worst idea ever. Honestly, I hate the concept of unions. Because do you want to get a nationwide Detroit? That's how you get a nationwide Detroit. 40, it's cool. I don't know what you all have against it. It's just an FPS game. Oh my god, dude, I hated it since 2017. Since it came out, I tried to play it. And I fucking hated every second of it.
Pretty cool.
I won't be playing this shit.
Hi, visiting professor. 21 news so you tree divided, truly. Ground News also makes it very easy to compare headlines, so you can see how political bias completely reframes a story. For example, talking about how Trump has been posting a bunch of those sombrero memes, and the New York Post says, White House official behind Trump's hilarious meme war on Dems revealed. And then a left-wing outlet covers the same story, like, as the shutdown continues, a checked-out Trump posts childish memes. Wildly different vibes going on here. I've been using Ground News since 2021. It is one of my favorite apps. Like, it is my go-to, like, when I wake up. I, like, check Twitter, and then I check...
Also, by the way, do you know what FPS stands for? First person shooter. Not FPS as in frame rate. So you're already lost on that. It's a fucking a trashy battle royale. Nothing more.
Check Ground News, like, immediately. But don't just take my word for it. Even the Nobel Peace Center called it an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. And it's only $5 a month, which is like basically the price of a coffee nowadays. So go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code here on screen or use the link in the video description. So thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad. Right? So
50-50 on this one.
So let's get back to the video. Book Talk is a very interesting place, and any book fans out there know how it has absolutely destroyed the hobby of literature and just flooded it with absolute slop. Spicy slop. You see, books on TikTok are not rated by how well they are written or how good the characters are. No, they are rated by the spice. And what does spice mean? Porn. It means porn.
Nice.
Spice level is very important to book talkers. How much spice does a book have? What are the spiciest books they have ever read? How spicy is the book they're currently reading? Spice, spice, spice. And the spiciest book going viral on Book Talk lately is none other than Morning Glory Milking Farm by C.M. Nascosta. Violet is a typical down-on-her-luck millennial, mid-20s, overeducated, and drowning in debt. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
She's just like me! On the verge of moving into her parents' basement, when a lifeline appears in the form of a very unconventional job in the neighboring Cambric Creek. She has no choice but to grab it with both hands. Morning Glory Farm offers full-time hours, full benefits, and generous pay with no experience needed. There's only one catch. The clientele is grade A certified prime beef. With the manly, meaty endowments to. Okay.
Morning Glory Milking
Too much.
Farm is actually a profound critique of late-stage capitalism and toxic masculinity.
How the fuck? Hold up a second, I need to roll it back 10 seconds.
With the manly, meaty endowments to. Okay.
Morning Glory Milking Farm is actually a profound critique of late-stage capitalism and toxic masculinity.
A fucking tale about a woman becoming a sex worker. Capitalism and masculinity. What the?
In this text, we see that the tingling sensation in her coochie is actually the tingling sensation of a Marxist revolution.
What?
This is every fucking BreadTube video to me, dude. This is every Jack Saint video. So I actually read the book myself, and I'm not gonna lie. The 19th Amendment needs to be abolished. So...
Excuse me, what? What is the 19th Amendment? The 19th Amendment in the US Constitutional Amendment. Let me one more time. The 19th Amendment is a US constitutional amendment that prohibits states and the federal governments from denying the right to vote based on sex, thereby granting women's suffrage. So she means that the women should have their right to vote stripped away. Based.
Like I said, the story is basically this millennial named Violet, and she gets a job basically working at Big Pharma in Narnia, where they harvest Minotaur. So, like I said, the story is basically this millennial named Violet, and she gets a job basically working at Big Pharma in Narnia, where they harvest Minotaur milk to make Viagra for human males. To make Viagra for human males.
What? You know, after the Minotaur, the woman will be disappointed in human males. Just saying. What the fuck?
And I read the whole thing. Probably gonna put on some kind of watch list. But listen, this is my job, okay? I'm not out here, like, selling feet pics or something. What I do is far more dignified and normal. Now, let's take a look at some of these notes I wrote. Let's see. Big dick and balls. At one point, she says the term, and I quote.
Oh my god. That metal table sound was on purpose, I swear. By the way, I just realized. She sits in front of a fucking metal table? Holy shit, Shu.
The seam of his sack. So I'm reading this, and the whole time I'm...
Excuse me, what?
The seam of his sack.
Oh
so I'm reading this, and the whole time I'm thinking, like, okay, he probably has, like, a human head, right? He probably, like, looks something like this. Like, you know, just a dude with, like, horns. Then I see the official artwork. That's a cow.
A bull, to be exact. Cows are only females, but whatever. As far as I know, women hate hairy men, like with a hairy body. Long hair from the head, great, but the entire body being just like all out hair, no, this is bad. But seriously, a bullhead? Fucking ugly.
Bro is a cow. Bro is a straight up cow. In a few.
Bull, one more time. Cows are only females. Bulls are only men's. Corrections.
Few parts they're being intimate, and it will be like, his hooves clip-clopped. My hooves will tear up your sheets. And it's like, I'm sorry, his what?
His what? I need to hear that again.
And it will be like, his hooves clip-clopped. My hooves will tear up your sheets. And
What?
it's like, I'm sorry, his what? At one point, she describes kissing him. And I swear to God, it was more disgusting than anything else described in this book. She's like describing how big and wide his mouth is and how big and like slimy his tongue is. She's like describing the shit and you're just like, that's a cow. I mean, we are at a solid 5.5 on the Barbeau scale here.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Monster fucker spectrum. Human. These characters are human without any extra supernatural abilities or gifts. Human pro. These characters usually look like humans but have non-human gifts or abilities. Shifter. These characters have a human form and a non-human form. Many also have a non-human abilities, even in human forms. Basically a werewolf. Got it? Humanoid creature. An orc, obviously. These characters are not human and do not look like humans, but have mainly humanoid features. Orc, Cyclops, whatever the fuck is coming out from WoW lately. Non-humanoid creature. Straight up Ventico here. These characters are not humans, do not look like humans, and have few humanoid features. Okay. And the last one. What the fuck is that? These characters are not human, do not look like humans, and no humanoid features. What the fuck is that horny Cthulhu prototype? Where the fuck are we going, man? Like, what the fuck?
This is dangerous territory, folks. She also describing the shit and you're just like, that's a cow. I mean, we are at a solid 5.5 on the Barbeau scale here. This is dangerous territory, folks. She also f***ers his ass.
What? What? Males like big busty woman. I am a Florida simp. I love a big 2.4 meter woman with big huge cans. This is my ultimate gunner fantasy. What the fuck is wrong with women? What the fuck?
She f***ers the cow's ass. By the way, if you want an uncensored version,
A fucking bull's ass, first of all. One more time. Education moment, but whatever. Who am I to tell a mother to know? Sorry.
version of this video and all my videos, Patreon. Go to Patreon. If you want an uncensored version of this video and all my videos, Patreon. Go to Patreon, become a member. All members get the uncensored version of every video, so you can hear me talking about s***ing and f***ing and f***ing a cow's asshole. Is that what you freaks want? Anyway,
No,
I
thanks.
like how in this
Thanks, but no. No. I do not want to hear it.
fantasy world, student loans still exist. Like, we can imagine a world with minotaurs and humans in a relationship, but we can't imagine a world without student loans. Sad. Oh, and he has
Nice.
one of those bull rings, like the nose ring theory septum rings. And in this
Ew.
world, that means, like, you're married, but apparently he's divorced. The man is divorced. This is a divorced cow with a cow ex-wife. The lore is deep, folks. The
My god.
The funniest part, though, has to be when they go on a date. I need to just read this to you. When the bill arrived, she attempted to pull a handful of carefully folded bills from her wristlet before he stopped her. No, that's absolutely not happening. Put that away. She'd not thought about it until the day after their first dinner together, realizing that in mortification that she ought to have attempted to pay her half. What kind of feminist are you? She asked herself.
What?
She couldn't remember the last time she'd been out and hadn't paid for her half, including her coffee date with Carson Tin.
Wait, what? The bull just said, no, you're not paying for it, I will be paying for all of it. And she's asking like, what kind of feminist are you? So just being nice to your potentially new girlfriend. So just being nice to your potentially new girlfriend is now anti-feminist. What? Just the cogs in my head are like, what?
Tinsley. She had come prepared that night, several weeks of her tips smoothed and tucked into her wristlet. But I didn't even offer to pay half the other night and shouldn't have Violet. If the commanding rumble of his voice hadn't silenced her, the heat of his hand dropping to her knee would've. I don't want you to feel that you don't have any agency here. I might be the one giving all the orders, but you hold all the cards. Your comfort is the only thing that...
I'm sorry, but that's very shitty flirting. Like, I never flirted in my life, but even I know that it won't work at all.
Counts right now. And if I overstep, I want you to know you can tell me so. But that's not happening. Don't think I'm unaware we're at different points in our careers. You can say no, you can say you don't want to see me again, you can tell me to stop coming to the farm when you're working. It's dinner, not a down payment of your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone. So when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. She was a good feminist, she told herself, and she definitely couldn't be bought. But if he had suggested at that moment that he would have appreciated a blowjob, she would have fallen face first on his cock with an open mouth without a shred of hesitation.
No, I will not let you. I don't want to let you pay for my dinner. But if you will offer me your cock, I will eat it. What the fuck? What? What?
Inside every woman, there are two wolves. Or two bowls. The strong, independent girl boss and the submissive, doting housewife. And in the presence of a masculine man, or a farm animal, she will fold like a lawn chair and instantly return to factory settings.
It's dinner, not a down payment for your time. But I'm in a position to comfortably spoil someone, so when you're with me, I'm spoiling you. End of story. I said, okay, I highlighted that paragraph for myself.
Clean up aisle 5. So that's what I thought
What?
myself.
Clean up aisle 5. So
I have no idea what that reference means. Maybe somebody will enlighten me in this one.
that's what I thought of it. But what did other people think of it? What are the reviews on this book? This book has a 4.1 on Amazon with 21,000 ratings.
How much?
And a 3.6 on Goodreads with nearly 60,000 ratings. Let's just read some random ones here. Hear me out. Hear me out. A milking good time.
I swear to God, those must be bots. Like, I don't give a fuck about verified purchase, but this can be the same woman just buying her own book hundreds of times under different accounts. Like, you can do it with ease, I think.
Sweet and creamy. The spice is spicing. I was very leery of starting this because I thought it was just gonna be porn. The plot is pretty good. The plot? Please.
That's not a good plot. I have seen proper plot in WoW. And I want to see the plot in Girls Frontline 2 once it gets to my region. That plot. Well, that's plot in plot. Even in Stellar Blade, the plot is better. But this plot, it's just pure degeneracy. Honestly, what the hell?
This is like the new, I read Playboy for the articles. Like, sure you do. This book could kill a Victorian child. 5 stars.
The only sane review.
I'll never look at a jug of milk the same. I think I'm lactose intolerant now. So that happened. Our eyes will never see the gates of heaven. 1 star, not a helpful guide. This book failed to teach me how to milk a cow, and now my family has no food for the winter. 1 star, accidentally ordered while on pain medication after an operation. Gave this to my mom as a joke gift for Christmas. You what? Cow, and now my family has no food for the winter. 1 star, accidentally ordered while on pain medication after an operation. Gave this to my...
Oh my god. What the hell? What the fuck? What? I gave this to my mom as a joke gift for Christmas. I have not read it at the time. Should I have done it? I don't know, but my best is my best. How quickly did your mother disown you, man? Or women, or whatever the fuck you're a fucking horse, so who the fuck cares? But how fast did your mom disown you? To be honest, neither you or her are getting to heaven. Anyway, so neither do I, but let's see, if I care, I will be having a lot of fun in hell.
My mom as a joke gift for Christmas. You what? Lissai, why can't human males be more like this?
Because we are fucking sane, you creature!
Tall, rich, and handsome are no longer enough, boys. Now you have to be a 9-foot tall creature from Greek mythology. You what?
Oh my god, my throat is in danger.
Sigh. Why can't human males be more like this? Tall, rich, and handsome are no longer enough, boys. Now you have to be a 9-foot tall creature from Greek mythology with a 13-inch dick. I never want to hear from another person about how they read 100 books in a year if this is the kind of slop they are consuming.
Fully agree with that one. What did I just read? I have the same fucking question. What the fuck am I watching? Oh my god.
Well, Ronald, man detected, this isn't for you. This is for women. So take your ass back to Barely Legal Babysitter 5 or whatever the f you watch that is so morally superior than this.
I will go and watch OG Bakugan. I'm sorry, but you will never get that away from me.
Let him who is without sin cast the first stone, okay? God,
Wait,
you Barely
what?
Legal Babysitter 5 or whatever the f you watch that is so morally superior than this. Let him who is without sin cast the first stone, okay? God bless America. It's great to live in a country where I can casually enjoy cozy erotica about a young woman who milks her way to financial security and true love with a minotaur. This is what freedom looks like, and I intend to fully enjoy it before the Supreme Court takes this right away next.
The Supreme Court should take your right to vote. Like, the 19th Amendment should be abolished just because women like you exist. I am deeply sorry, but this is reality.
If this is what freedom looks like, I'm really rethinking my stance on freedom, not gonna lie. Maybe we should have less of it. All I know is if Donald Trump takes the monster porn, we are going to make 2020 look like a picnic, okay? Lots of it. All I know is if Donald Trump takes the monster cookie, we are going to make 2020 look like a picnic, okay? Bullcock matters. Oh my god, edit that out. Editor, edit that out.
Shu, you are your own editor. You said that you edit all your videos yourself. You are the editor.
Oh my god, edit that out. Editor, edit that out. Women are gonna be picking up Animal Farm now, like, where's the horse cock? Someone...
Ask Gatson Glock. He knows where it is. Oh wait, no. He's dead. He buried the host cock with him. Whatever.
Some of you people owe a certain streamer an apology because this book has way too many 5 stars. Some of you are lying. So after buying this book, Amazon has given me a few interesting recommendations.
Oh my
Would
god.
you like to see them? I accidentally summoned a demon boyfriend. That interesting recommendations. Would you like to see them?
That shit looks AI generated, let's be honest.
Accidentally summoned a demon boyfriend.
Oh no, not really AI generated. Nah. Yeah, sloppy artwork. Whatever.
That time I got drunk and saved a demon. Gentling the beast.
That's a very, very, very horrible Beauty and the Beast parody. Obviously 18 plus, but oh my god.
Cupcakes for my orc enemy. Main of my existence.
Okay, this shit is definitely AI generated. Like, nah, this shit is obvious.
The gargoyle and the spinster. The widow and the orcs. Hoarded by the dragon. There's something about dragons. Getting it on with gargoyles. Gotten by the gator. Mated to the mountain bear. Oh, so this is why they chose the bear. The billionaire orc. Oh! On with gargoyles. Gotten by the gator. Mated to the mountain bear. Oh, so this is why they chose the bear.
Women are getting violated with each and every one of these books. Like, what the fuck, man? No. Let me rephrase that. We should get violated by the existence of those books alone, but honestly, I am laughing at my ass off at how bad is this shit. I don't have enough air for that.
The billionaire orc.
Nah, this is AI generated, sorry.
Mothman.
The Mothman is back!
Wolves and whipped cream. The
Ew.
wolf in my tavern. Pounded by produce. Oh.
You are so sexually deprived that you will fuck a fucking vegetable? What the fuck?
What? Are these the books the Nazis burned?
Let's be honest, if that is true, I will be happy to bring them back. Only for this purpose. After that, kill them all again, and in case those books will appear, repeat the circle.
My husband only reads finance and sci-fi books, and so I think it's about time that I introduce him to some real literature.
Sci-fi is very good literature, you fucking bitch. And finance. He's reading finance to make sure you will read some shit.
So the first book that I would like to introduce you to is called Morning Glory Milking Farm. And it's not a normal milking farm like with cows. What it is it's big, bulky minotaurs, and it's a special type of milking.
See, honey, she's his stepsister, and she got stuck in the washer machine again. Women on TikTok are openly, proudly talking about the porn they consume and getting mad at people when they make fun of it. I hereby ban men from reacting to romantasy on TikTok. Best-selling romantasy books like A Court of Thorns and Roses and The Fourth Wing contain descriptions of hot sex. I feel like that's common knowledge, if not their primary purposes. But in recent months, BookTok has become full of men clutching their pearls while reacting to steamy scenes from these popular female-centered books. Obviously, this is all a massive performance. We live in the age of OnlyFans. The odds are that these men have seen actual porn that defies the laws of physics and God. Over 90%.
Girl, it's look. Let's be honest. We've all done that. We've been on fucking DeviantArt Art of the early days, and we have been on Rule 34 very often, and we had sometimes a pyrocynical regime, if I may. But there is a limit to a point. And what you are talking about, it's next level degeneracy, like what the fuck? What the hell, man? Like, the most degenerate fantasy that I could have is a lesbian with a futonary. That's my limit. But this shit... Trump, Donnie, please reopen the asylums, for fuck's sake. And multiply the amount of asylums at least by 10 to make sure all those clinically insane people will be institutionalized, at least. Like, what the fuck? What the hell, man?
Of men between the ages 16 and 73 watch porn in any random month. There's statistically no way all of these guys are shocked by the sex itself. What they are gawking at is sex from the perspective of female desire.
Yes, it is shocking us. It is shocking us because what the fuck is wrong with you to want to be fucked by a minotaur, by a horse, be dominated and make it all so romantic and beautiful. Fucking, we just prefer casual, rough sex. Like, we all have a little bit of John Carmack in us, especially as gamers.
Scenes that depict women coming first and frequently, and what they are surprised by is the women they know love these scenes. In one video, a guy declares, "Now I know why women enjoy book clubs and wine," but his astonishment in itself is astonishing. Like, what do you think adult women were into? Not having sex and drinking wine? Grow up. Imagine a group of men sitting around drinking wine, discussing the porn they watch. That is what you guys are essentially doing. It's just funny, okay? Like, it's funny. Are we really going to pretend that a story about a young woman getting a job milking mythical creatures to pay off her student debt is not funny? It's funny. If that makes me a sexist...
It's not like funny on the casual funny, it's funny on the what the fuck scale.
Misogynist. You got me. To act like you are so different and above the other gooners is just, it's silly. I'm sorry, but you are no different than Joe Schmo jorking it to fat booty Latinas in Space 12. You're sitting there all high and mighty, one hand on the book, acting like you're so superior because you can perfectly envision a horse cock spinning 360 degrees in your mind. I'm not impressed. The scenes these men are reading to many people...
What? What the fuck did I just hear? What? What?
Myself included, are insanely sexy, but purely in terms of the acts being described, they aren't all that lurid. And as many of the comments on these videos point out, there's much wilder stuff out there. For example, these men have clearly not yet discovered nodding, a popular term in romantasy right now that involves werewolves whose penises get so swollen after sex they have to stay inside their partners until the swelling subsides. Oh.
What? I'm sorry, but that shit is beyond disgusting.
Oh, honey, that's not a popular trend in romantasy. That's just a thing real dogs do. Oh, you just don't get it. You don't know what knotting is. What are these women reading, bro? What happened to that, like, stupid fucking corny Hallmark thing, going home for Christmas to your hometown and falling in love with the cute farmer boy? What happened to that? We used to make fun of that. We truly did not know what we had until it was gone. Now women out here fantasizing about getting their asses clapped by demons and werewolves and goblins and ghouls. I remember when 50 Shades of Grey came out and people were like, oh my god, this is so crazy. Women are crazy. 50 Shades of Grey looks like missionaries through a bedsheet for the sole purpose of procreation compared to the average woman on TikTok is reading. At least Christian Grey was a human man and not a fucking dog. You fantasize about dating.
Look, I will be honest, I am a media illiterate in this one, but 50 Shades of Grey was probably some, like, sex book, whatever. I don't know, I don't fucking care. Oh, Shadow, look at that. A ban waiter on Twitch. Twice. Whatever.
The quiet, shy, nerdy girl. You know, she's innocent, she's pure, she's not like those other girls, like, going out clubbing and hooking up with random men. No, she's at home, curled up by the fire in a blanket, reading a book, except that book is about f***ing a half man, half bull. Let me let you in on a little secret. The quiet, nerdy girl is way more...
I just fucking remembered. I need to find it. There is a fucking song. Oh, found it. Half man, half horse. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? I think they have also a clip. This is casual romance territory, like, this is just funny, ridiculous stuff. But the shit that women will do, it's next level degeneracy. What the fuck?
More of a freak than the average hoe. Are you kidding me? It's not even close. The average hoe might have a body count of like 15 or so, but the quiet nerdy girl is fantasizing about getting back shots from Cthulhu. That is at least 100 bodies. Now listen, there's nothing in here.
Make it 1,000 considering the size of Cthulhu. Like, really.
Back shots from Cthulhu. That is at least 100 bodies. Now
make it 1,000, really. Because Cthulhu will be equivalent to even more bodies, I will be honest.
Listen, there's nothing inherently wrong with fantasizing, okay? There's nothing wrong with roleplay. You know, fiction is fiction, right?
But sometimes there are fantasies that we should not get into, that we should not think about, that we should not even talk about. There are some. Where the fuck is my cat? Sorry. There are some fantasies that we shall never talk about, for fuck's sake. The furries know it better than anyone. Especially the guy named Foxteller. Holy fuck. If you know, you know. If you don't know, don't look into that, really. You don't want to traumatize yourself. This shit is too dangerous for you.
You know, you're not actually going to bang your stepsister, right? These women are not actually going to bang a cow. Or at least I hope not. We all know there is a difference between fantasy and reality. Well, what happens when they try to bring fantasy into reality? Well,
what?
You get Sinners and Stardust.
They get what now?
You get Sinners and Stardust.
What in the what in the fuck? Sinner and Stardust. Okay, Triangle Head looks badass here. No doubt in that one.
What in the eyes wide shut is going on here? Sinners in Stardust was supposed to be a dark romance ball for romantasy authors and fans alike. So,
and here I was hoping it's just some cosplay con. My brain is fried.
oh, what's the big deal? Seems like a fun, sexy time, right? Maybe, if you're a woman. If you're a man, the night may have gone a little differently for you. Alright y'all, it appears I have to make a post that I'm frankly pretty goddamn upset I have to make. This post is for the readers who don't understand consent and boundaries only. A lot of you may know my good friend Animus. He's attended a signing of mine in the past and obviously is a musical artist. This past weekend he attended Sinners in Stardust and probably had one of the most heartbreaking experiences. So listen, he's a man, right? But do we think that means it's okay to put your hands all over him without consent? Or to put your hands in his waistband or down his pants or touch his dick? Hello? Do you think it's okay to quite literally back him into a corner and touch all over him to the point that he literally cannot tell how many hands are on him and whose are whose? Do we think it's okay to send him into an actual panic attack because of this?
Oh my
Furthermore, do you think
God.
it's okay to interrogate him and insist he detail how he'd kidnap a woman?
I think this falls into rape category, right?
Despite him repeatedly saying he wouldn't do that and, you know, that shit is fiction, and then attempt to follow him when he tries to get away. And if that wasn't enough, during the time of this mob, him and another author received notification that an air tag was tracking him, which showed on his person all the way to his hotel room.
What? Those women are dangerous. What the hell, man?
They molested this guy until he passed out from anxiety. And then they put a f***ing tracker on him in order to stalk him back to his hotel. This poor guy dressed like a character in one of the romantasy books at this romantasy convention full of women. That is like throwing roast beef into a pit of wolves. Or in this case, throwing a wolf into a pit of roast beef. I remember years ago there was a thing called cosplay is not consent. Basically, it was a campaign to bring attention to the fact that people at conventions would often come up to women dressed in sexy costumes and just grope and grab them without their consent. Yeah, apparently we have to bring that back because these women did not get the memo. I've been a furry for over a decade and attended a lot of fur cons. Sure, sometimes weird shit happens, but honestly, I can't believe the dark romance crowd is out here acting like this. Like, me and my buddies in our fursuits are more respecting of consent and bodily autonomy. Get your shit together, y'all.
Look, you are one of the normal furries, but once again, look up the other Isle of Furries and yeah, you're a very a very rare breed, if I can even say that. Like, once again, look up Foxler, for fuck's sake.
When the furries are calling you out for being freaks, you need to reflect. Something has gone horribly wrong. Not only were the men at this book talk convention assaulted, but women were also assaulted by women. Multiple women, including a performer, reported being assaulted there as well. Even an author there said she was groped and dragged away from her friends and said no matter how many times she said no, quote, "My words did nothing." May I remind you, this is a book convention, okay?
What?
For books. Literal BDSM clubs are more respectful than this. There needs to be more studies on how this stuff affects women's brains, because clearly some are unable to tell the difference between fantasy and reality. Ivy Lipton, a doctoral candidate in human sexuality, actually wrote about this for EV Magazine. I don't know what a doctoral candidate in human sexuality is, but she's hot, so I trust her.
Let's pretend I trust her too. Whatever, those boot, like, yeah, she's looking good. What a nice distraction. Whatever.
Your brain on orgasms isn't neutral. Dopamine release during climax is a powerful conditioning agent. What you repeatedly fantasize about becomes necessary for arousal. If your erotic imagination centers around abuse, monstrous violence, and submission to non-human entities, your brain is reprogramming itself to crave just that. It's not empowerment, it's neuroplasticity at its darkest. Scientists, psychologists, and the general public often state that men are visual and women are emotional. When it comes to sex, men can be turned on instantly by a sexual image to spite their mood, and women need to be turned on emotionally to get in the mood. So it stands to reason that porn for men is visual and porn for women is in the mind. I'm not equating porn to smut novels, because one is a video of two people actually having real sex, and the other is, well, just words on paper. I am, however, talking about the effect on the consumer. We know watching porn is bad for the brain. That's been proven and only rejected by gooners who don't want to give it up. But is reading smut bad? You might say, duh, that's the whole point. Okay, fair enough. So let me rephrase. Is reading smut harmful?
Duh.
Should we shame people for things that are wrong, immoral, or harmful?
Yes.
In my line of work, I've been told many times that shame has no place in sex. But if I use my brain for 2 seconds, it's clear that line of thinking is nonsense. Incest should be shamed, bestiality
Yes.
should be shamed,
Yes.
pedophilia should be shamed.
Yes.
I'm not equating monster smut with these things, but there are 50 shades of gray, so to speak, along the spectrum of harmful.
Monster smut is basically bestiality, right? Like, put 2 and 2 together. Monster smut is bestiality in its finest. Well, finest. In its worst version. What? By your logic, it should be shamed. Or what? Is it not working with something that you like? You like bestiality? That means.
Conditioning your brain and body to associate pleasure with monsters, slavery, or sexual violence is not healthy. Basically, they're cooked. Like, women are cooked. They are frying their brains with this stuff. It's a pipeline, right? It's like the infamous evil alt-right pipeline. You know, you start watching Shoe on Head, owning the feminists in 2015, and then in 2025, you're hailing Hitler, right? You know, the alt-right pipeline. And this one's like, you're reading Morning Glory Milking Farm, and the next thing you know, you're Mrs. Hands, right? Just say no. Just say no to monster porn. But why is monster smut so popular with women in particular? Like, you rarely see the opposite, and when you do, it's just like a girl with cat ears and fangs, or like a 10-foot-tall dommy-mommy vampire with giant titties. Meanwhile, women are like, I want to f the pollution monster from Fern Gully. So people on giant titties. Meanwhile, women are like, I want to f the pollution monster from Fern Gully. So people on Reddit asked this very question. Let's see the responses. Why do you guys like monster romances? Asking for a friend. Several reasons.
Of course.
1. Human men are quite often terrible. Romance.
How is that called? Misandry? Misandrist? Yeah, misandrist women. How nice.
Books with human men are already partly fantasy, but Monsters just takes the fantasy bit further. 2. It's sort of human nature to imagine relationships with paranormal beings and creatures. We've been doing it in literature and art for centuries. It's just gotten a lot more graphic now.
Are you fucking brain dead? What?
Further. 2. It's sort of human nature to imagine relationships with paranormal beings and creatures. We've been doing it in literature and art for centuries. It's just gotten a lot more graphic now. LOL.
Can you give me an example of that? From like the 1950s? For example, from the times of, I don't know, Lord of the Rings, like the 20th century, or even before that, or in like, I don't know, the times of the Roman Empire. Can you give me a proper example that there's the reading, and I fucked a fucking minotaur. I was fucked by a minotaur, by a horse, by a... no, goats, Muslims are fucking goats all the time, so they are the exception, but they're not really human either, so whatever. Can you give me an example of a human fucking with horses or bulls or fucking cows or fucking chickens? Like, what the hell?
3. Unique body forms / parts and so many different kinds of dicks. Scary, mean, terrifying creature is
different kinds of dicks, as if the proper human dick wasn't good for you. Like, no. Sadly, I've seen what a horse dick looks like, according to artists. What the hell?
Is sweet to her, kind, takes care of her, protects her, works hard to be gentle, etc.
Seriously? Seriously? My brain is over. It's so over for women.
sweet to her, kind, takes care of her, protects her, works hard to be gentle, etc.
What about the reverse? Ah, no. Many fantasies are cat girls. And sometimes dummy mommy that can be nice to him. But that's our limits. Like, we will keep the human body of a woman anyway because we love the woman's body. Mature women's body. Fucking important to point that out. We love mommy body. We love dummy mommies. Very, very important distinction.
Maximal escapism, minimal association to real-life assholes, the patriarchy, misogyny, and oppression of women, etc., etc. Because the monsters are less dangerous than dating actual men. As a fat woman of color, modern, contemporary, and even fantasy romances are hard to click to because they are almost always about thin white women and just too realistic, and romance in real life is not always attainable for fat women/women of color. In monster alien romance, though, my size doesn't matter, and it's easier to get into that headspace and enjoy it. I'm sick of the men on Earth and looking for some variety. Non-humans haven't betrayed and hurt me, so they feel like a safe haven, if that makes sense. Plus the unusual dick. Monsters have big, fun-shaped cocks. I love some bizarre peen. Unique genitalia.
What?
I don't know what I was expecting, honestly. A lot of women's smut, especially monster smut, is about submission, domination, forced breeding, non-consensual consent. The women are like conquered and taken and overpowered by these monsters. And I think many of these women are reading these books containing monsters and not men because masculinity and dominance in men has been completely demonized in modern society. But the truth is, many women still crave it. You see, the monsters in these stories have those, like, dominant masculine traits that women like so much, but they're not human men. They have all these traits women desire without the problematic baggage human men bring.
So basically, they just want men with extra steps. That's all that they want. They just want to a proper good man, like a proper strong male, human male, but.
Being the men they hate or have been told to hate. It is the perfect guilt-free slop. But they don't just want a wild dominant man. They want to tame a wild dominant man. Similar to when a man sees an art hoe with a nose ring, you can save her from her daddy issues. You can do it. It definitely won't backfire and ruin your life. Go for it. Go talk to her.
Yeah, my dad had that experience. Yeah, he will never do that again.
With many women, there's this desire for, like, danger and aggression, but also the desire to tame that danger and aggression. The desire to be that special woman who can melt his heart. You see, my dragon boyfriend could rip me to shreds and kill me instantly, but he won't because he's nice and he loves me. But honestly, at the end of the day, just like the video I made about the anime girl in a wheelchair where men were saying, this is the average male fantasy, and a bunch of women were like, you wanna rape a disabled girl? When in reality, it was just a distilled manifestation of the average male fantasy, which is to protect and provide for a sweet woman and save her. This is like basically the flip of that, right? This is just the distilled manifestation of the female fantasy. Men are seeing this and they're saying, what do you mean you want to milk a minotaur? When in reality, it's just to have a big, strong protector and provider swoop you up and save you. And like I said in that video, they're basically both the same fantasy. This is a tale as old as time.
But the way they illustrate it is so fucked up, like... It's fucking terrible.
Princess being saved from the dragon by a knight in shining armor, whether the dragon be a wheelchair or student loans, you know? But in this case, the woman is being f***ed by the dragon and the knight sits in the corner and watches or something, I don't know. Maybe it's not that deep. There are some hungers better starved than fed. And maybe as women, for the sake of society, we have to starve our hunger for minotaur p***ness.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's the moral of this video.
There is no fucking moral.
So what do you guys think?
It's just degenerate. Cute. Just cute.
think, what is your theory? Why is the monster romance genre so popular with women in particular? And who is your weirdest hear me out? Be honest. I don't want to hear no Lola Bunny, okay? You all know mine already.
You serious? What would be my wildest hear me out? I don't have any. I really don't have any wild ones. Like Fleur de Lis, it's Fleur de Lis. It's the epitome of my hear me out, and this is like big, beautiful, huge boob mommy. But that's it. That's my limit. Like. Sure, she has the horn, and in theory, if she gets pissed, she will stuck that horn deep in your ass. But fucking, it's still way too soft in comparison to women. Like what the fuck?
It's not that he's a fish, okay? He has an energy, okay? He has a vibe. You know what? Never mind. And
yeah, he almost killed the kid.
I will see you guys again really soon with a new video. Bye!
Sweet mother of nature, what the hell are women made out of? God, there's Blooper.
I love how the f***ing Bowl Man is a progressive, by the way. He's a feminist. He voted for Hillary. He would have voted for Obama 3 times if he could.
Anywho, let's go to the comment section. Oh, Decoy. What a terrible day to be literate. Indeed, Decoy. Bigfoot is hiding for a reason, apparently. Oh my god. That poor Bigfoot. What the hell women would do to him? When they said to choose the bear, they weren't joking at all. Yeah, now it all makes sense. Step 1. Demonize normal men. Step 2. Lust over actual demons. Lust over Lucifer. Great. Just be a jacked minotaur, bro. Like, is it that difficult? Like, just rip off your head, replace it with that of a bull, bam, minotaur. Oh, you will also have a brain of a minotaur, so you will be fucking with me all week. With no breaks. No, honey, I swear, I'm making a video about it. It's not for me to actually read. Oh my god. Yeah, by the way, Shu, what the hell? You have a lot of explanations to do. You have exposed all of us to it. You are the one to expose all of us. Why did you do it? Like, why the hell are you concentrating there? My goodness. Anyway, I guess that's it for the reaction. Thank you. Oh my god, I need to go to the toilet quick. I'll be in a minute. In the meantime, listen to some good music. Okay, I am back. What a terrible day to have ears, let's be honest, but whatever, let's go to the next video that I wanted to react to, and it's immediately here, like, this is what I wanted to react to lately. The FNAF game that hacks your computer. First of all, before we start, Dexter White, my favorite at this point, FNAF YouTuber, English YouTuber, like American FNAF YouTuber, let's phrase it the right way. And finally I waited for his review of this game. This is I forgot what's the name of this game, like FNAF 1 Remake, which is an April Fool's game made by the guy who is making Welcome to Freddy's. What the fuck? Yeah, this was supposed to be an April Fool's joke, but it turned out to be a very wonderful FNAF 1 remake. I watched a review or two of this game already. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I'm getting ahead of myself. So I know about the game, but I want to see how Dexter will describe it, and how unhinged will he get. I hope, at least. Let's watch it.
The ransomware genre is a subgenre of Five Nights at Freddy's games. While none of these games seem to actually understand what ransomware actually is, the general idea of these ransomware games is to make it appear as though your computer has been compromised by said game.
Yeah.
A popular ransomware title you've probably heard of before and that I've actually covered on this channel is Graveyard Shift at Freddy's.
Yep.
And today we'll be diving into my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's ransomware game ever made.
My favorite,
FNAF 1 Remake. Created by Marco Antonio, FNAF 1 Remake was designed as an April Fool's joke. So to some, the idea of actually playing it on release was off the table. However, for those who did choose to give it a try, I'm willing to bet they had a very interesting FNAF experience like never before. This game—
My god, this is his in-video sound around. Get out of the kitchen, man. What the hell?
Game is fascinating. This game is creative, and this game is awesome. So join me today
indeed.
as we dive into the sad and depraved world of FNAF 1 Remake. FNAF 1 Remake centers around us as individuals rather than an actual character, which is something super cool that I've never seen in a FNAF game before. The game opens to a cutscene that just displays text. Explaining the story of the game may be a little confusing, so let me make something very clear. FNAF 1 Remake uses the player themselves as a character, writing your own story.
Motherfucker in the Matt Pat short. With the Matt Pat pose.
In place of a Mike Schmidt style character. In this game, we've re-downloaded Five Nights at Freddy's to try and recapture the nostalgia we originally had as kids when the game first released over 10 years ago. As someone who was around very early into FNAF's lifespan, in fact, I actually joined the community before FNAF 2 was even announced, this is a topic that I could personally—
I joined the FNAF community back when I think FNAF 4 was announced. Like, properly joined. I used to play also FNAF 3 in my school, like in our computer rooms we had, some of the computers had FNAF 3 in it. This was back in 2015, it was a great time, really. Wow, man, I was 11 at the time. Obviously FNAF 3 wasn't really scary even back then. Today it's all a joke. And later I was properly introduced to FNAF by my friend at the time. And at that time FNAF 4 was announced already. That was like late 2015 or maybe FNAF 4 even came out already at this point. Yeah, it did. It surely did. And after that I I just jumped head first into that deep sea of FNAF lore insanity and And lately, when a year or two ago, when I decided to jump into this pool again, the amount of evil shit that I've seen, no man should see that.
Find myself relating to. I can still remember my first experience with the game. I was on the couch with my buddy who had the demo version on his tablet. He booted it up and I got too scared when Bonnie showed up at the door. I mistakenly took him for a dog at the time. I also avoided watching Markiplier's Let's Play of Five Nights at Freddy's because I somehow mistook Bonnie again in the thumbnail as a walrus. Don't ask me. I was a kid, and kids are retarded.
Fully agreed with you. Fully agreed with you, man. I was very similar.
Okay? The game refers to itself as Buddy throughout the playthrough. Buddy tells us in the opening cutscene that he's going to give us the nostalgic feeling we've been yearning for. And it's going to be so perfect that it surpasses perfection
Graveyard
itself.
music again. I love it.
Shortly after, Buddy takes control of the program and quite literally changes the size of the window to show off how in control he really is. For the remainder of the game, we will not be able to put the game into full screen. Something I originally thought was going to be super annoying, but I actually grew to find charming throughout my playthrough.
Nice.
And with that, we can really start to dive into this game. I hope you're excited, because this game is really fucking cool. Throughout the nights, Buddy will talk to us before beginning each one. Buddy asks us if the office looks like the one we remember, just like the old days. He explains that the main idea of the game hasn't changed. It's a remake after all, and before he can say anything else, Night 1 begins. The only threat introduced on Night 1 is Bonnie, and he works in the exact same way that Bonnie.
My god, this Joe, just absolute giga chat Joe. Like, my god, man, he's terrifying, really.
Bonnie does in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Once again, this is a remake after all. Bonnie will make his way to your door and you'll have to close it to keep him out. However, Bonnie can actually attack both of your doors instead of just one. But when I tell you that these character models are a whole lot more uncomfortable looking than the originals, I mean it.
Indeed.
Oh my fuck!
Hello.
Fuck that, bro. Fuck that.
Goodbye.
Dude, what the fuck? Dude, that's so fucked up. The animatronics in this game are all very creepy looking. Not quite scary, but uncanny. Like something is clearly wrong. Take Bonnie.
Indeed.
The way his face looks like it's melting, mixed with the odd poses he has throughout the cameras.
Not like melting, but more like stretched out forcibly, like somebody stretched out his mouth against his wishes, like, and his eyes, his like, his stretched out eye sockets, they look uncanny. It's incredible, man. Like, in the confines of this game, it's perfect.
And while in the doorway, it just makes for a feeling of, God damn, I really want to keep him away from me. And I think that's super cool.
Yes.
Of course, keeping Bonnie out is as simple as ever. Literally just close the door. However, something interesting I want to point out about this game is the subtle movements that the window has while playing. As you move from side to side through the office, you can actually visibly see the window subtly move from side to side as well. It's such a small detail, but it's so fucking cool, and it's these little details that always get me to love these types of games. While playing through the nights, you'll also hear a very calming piano playing in the background. I feel this gentle music adds to the nostalgic feel. Not because the original Five Nights at Freddy's had music, it didn't, but the tone of the music itself feels nostalgic, even though I had never heard it before. And mixed with the very unsettling imagery throughout the game, I think the calming music really adds to the overall amazing atmosphere this game has. Night 2 introduces
Yeah,
two new
full agreed that the music is good, very good.
threats, Chica and Foxy.
And these two are also named very funny in the game, like Chick and Oxy Pirate. Like they lost part of their names, and also Chick, what the hell, Chick? Get your beak back. You are not Toy Chick. I am sorry, but at least she had a good figure. Unlike you, like, oh my god, you look so bad. Also, Oxy. First of all, cut off part of your teeth, or sorry. Those are two teeth, one here, no matter. But god damn, man, have some hygiene. Like, you need a better set of teeth if you want to close that mouth once in a while. Also, where the fuck are your eyes? Are those like black dots? Your eyes? Like, where are they? Also, stand properly, for fuck's sake.
As Night 2 introduces two new threats, Chica and Foxy. Let's start with Chica since it's literally just Bonnie. She does the exact same thing and is dealt with in the exact same way. The only difference is that Chica will make a sound cue when she's at your door and she's fat. Also, let's pause for a moment to look at Chica. Design-wise, Chica has changed more than any other character in the game.
Yeah.
Her beak is gone, instead being replaced with a human-looking smile, which is just something I could have gone without seeing. Thank you.
Yeah.
And her eyes, of course, don't look very animatronic, now do they? Also, her bib just says snack, and it's spelled wrong. So that's great. The other character to mention, of course, is Foxy, as previously mentioned. Foxy is pretty much the same as in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, with a few minor differences. To start, he is stalled by the cameras just like the original. However, you can actually stop him before he charges at your office. You're given the ability to shock him at any point to reset him in Pirate's Cove. However, when you do so, it does drain a lot of power. So it's best to just make sure you're watching him. He does have one other attack, however. Occasionally, you will hear Foxy do his classic singing. A touch I think is super nice. The classic da-da-dums from Foxy are some of the most memorable noises in the entirety of the FNAF franchise.
Sorry, I don't remember one to one. This is my best.
Right.
Let me try one more time. Dum 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 dum. I think it's the closest I can.
Right up there next to Freddy's death song, the FNAF 2 hallway ambience that makes me want to wipe my balls on a cheese grater, and the animatronic jump scare noises themselves. So adding them back into this game 100% contributed greatly to the nostalgia factor that this game was going for, and I love it. When you hear Foxy start to hum, a hook will appear on the ceiling of your office. You will have to simply click the hook to make it go away, or Foxy will obviously ravage your insides. However, this may go entirely unnoticed, since the entirety of the game, as I'm sure you could already tell, is in black and white. So it is likely that you may miss the hook if you don't end up hearing the sound cue, inevitably leading to a game over. On night 3, Buddy tells us that he didn't think we'd make it this far, clearly showing some distress on how quickly we're progressing through his perfect game. He introduces Freddy to us on this night, and
who is called in the game as Fun Bear, if I'm not mistaken. Also, parts of his body are literally missing. Also, I just realized I love this detail. Look at his, how it's called? His bow tie or whatever it's called. It's pulled down. It's like sad. Those things are made like out of metal or plastic. They don't go down like that. So also his mouth obviously Sword bear. Oh, absolutely love the design. Also, where are your eyeballs at? One more time.
Fun can really begin. Of course, I'm not allowed to be happy. I'm distressed on how quickly we're progressing through his perfect game. He introduces Freddy to us on this night, and the fun can really begin. Of course, I'm not allowed to be happy for a long while playing a FNAF game, so Freddy obviously had to have a find him on the camera mechanic to completely soil my day. However, I actually don't think it's that bad in this game. Oh, Dexter, you always do this. Whenever you don't like a game, you nitpick it
Anti-Dexter, hello there, what the fuck are you doing here?
to death and talk about how you hate every detail. But when it comes to a game you like, you forgive almost everything in the game, even if it had the same mechanics or problems that another game had that you didn't like. You're a hypocrite. I'm not a hypocrite. You're just brain dead. We have to pause for a moment to make something clear, since it's obvious from reading some of your guys' comments that you have no idea how opinions work despite the fact you guys have so many of them. So let's get together and do a little opinion breakdown. To start, I hate when FNAF games put a find them on the camera mechanic into their game. I think it's bad, and I think it disrupts the flow of the game. However, I don't mind this mechanic in FNAF 1 Remake.
Which makes sense, to be honest, because, like, remake the original FNAF 1 game, Freddy was hiding in every spot possible, so, like, for him it's like importing mechanic of FNAF 1 game into the FNAF 1 remake absolutely makes sense. It may be like uncomfortable, but whatever. Without this mechanic, a FNAF 1 remake will not be a FNAF 1 remake.
Does this make me a hypocrite? The answer is no. Let me dumb it down for a bit for the people in the back who don't think too good. Let's imagine someone doesn't like tomatoes. Would you call them a hypocrite because they claim to like ketchup? No, you wouldn't. And this is the same thing. Dexter, no it isn't, because ketchup isn't just tomatoes. Ketchup has multiple other things in it. Ding, ding, ding! Congratulations, dumbass. You just connected the dots. Would you like a trophy? Well, too bad. You've been on this planet
Trophy, there is a cookie in that upper shelf. Take it.
for way too long to finally be able to figure this out right now. In the same way that ketchup isn't just tomatoes, FNAF 1 Remake isn't just a find them on the camera mechanic. It's the mixture of that mechanic and everything else that the game has to offer that makes me tolerate it. And the rest of the game doesn't have every character require a shit ton of attention. So, taking a few seconds to find someone on the cameras actually doesn't disrupt the flow of the game at all, and therefore makes it a balanced integration of the mechanic. If that somehow still doesn't make sense to you, and you still think I'm a hypocrite who glazes every game I enjoy, then you are retarded and there's no saving you. Anyways, continuing.
Nice.
Freddy also has two other ways to attack you. The first is just teleporting directly into your fucking office.
Hello.
When he does, all you have to do is just stare into his big, innocent, sensual eyes. I mean, all you have to do is stare at him.
Man. Look, I understand we are buddies here, but let's not go that far, will we? Shall we? Let's keep up some boundaries here. Let's keep things civil for now. Until the camera will shut off. After that, we will have all the fun we can have. All the fun that we want. But not on camera, man. What are we talking about?
While and head teleport back to the stage. Something interesting to note here is that when he's in your office like this is the only time you'll be able to see his eyes. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything, but it's just something kind of cool I noticed. The final mechanic that Freddy has is to play Simon Says with you. Yes, I'm serious. Hey, this game is still an April Fool's joke after all. It can be as unserious as it wants to be. Occasionally, Freddy will drop a panel down into your office and 4 of the 9 panels will light up in a specific order. You will then have 10 seconds to repeat the pattern you saw. If you fuck up the order or take too long because you sit on TikTok and have the attention span of a toddler, then you will immediately get jump scared. And there you have it, the most mechanically complex character throughout the entire game. And you can quote me on that. Editor, quote me on that. I fucking dare you. Watch what happens. Al, piece of fucking shit-ass editor! I'm sorry, Al. I don't know what came over me there. Anyways,
my God.
on to night 4. On night 4, Buddy talks to us once again. Except this time, something is a bit different. Buddy is growing nervous that we're about to beat the game. He expresses how he wishes it could go on forever. How he wishes he could make it go on forever.
Oh my God.
Night 4 doesn't introduce anything new and is just a harder version of Night 3. Night 5 is much the same. Buddy asks us if we're still having fun. He asks us if we will play again after we win, just like old times. It's becoming clear that Buddy is growing desperate, ironically holding on to the nostalgia more than we are. He doesn't want us to leave, and I get the weird feeling that he's not going to let us. And I was right.
Oh my God.
At 4 a.m. on night 5, Buddy ends the night abruptly to talk to us, finally showing himself. An uncanny drawing of...
Also, the name of the application changes to Keep Going here. I think also it changes to different things in different situations, but whatever.
Freddy. He's grown aggravated with our supposed lack of appreciation of his masterpiece. He thinks that by us beating the game that we're just going to throw him and his creation aside to forget about. He grows more and more morphed as his anger gets the best of him, and he decides once and for all to make one final change to make this game truly perfect for us. Getting rid of every mechanic we've seen so far and replacing it all with him, throwing us right into night 6. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. We open to the office and see what it has become. Buddy's new creation. The scenery is morphed like it's underwater, and the monitors have been added to our office. Even the header of the window has changed to Keep Going in all caps.
Oh my God.
Buddy by far is the most complex character in this entire game. Al, don't you dare!
You scared me for a moment.
That fucking quote! The most mechanically complex character throughout the entire game. You asshole. Well, whatever. I guess I lied back there, but who cares now? Buddy is the most complex character, so eat my nuts.
Yeah, and also, my God, the design is absolutely terrifying in the game. First of all, the absolute stance on that motherfucker, like that. I think that can be JoJo classified stance, right? Second of all, this slender build. Oh my God, look at this spell with dog. Oh my God, what are we doing here? And also the head. Oh my God, this is next level terrifying. Just. No wonder that pizzeria was closed, right?
Let's start with Buddy's main mechanic, sprinting as fast as possible directly into your door. You'll know when he's about to attack because you'll hear the loudest footsteps of all time pile driving directly towards you.
My God.
You will have to quickly close the door to whichever side he's attacking and listen to him pound on the door as loud as fuck. Buddy also has the chance to attack your doors without booking it, so you will have to use the hall lights to see if he's there, and if he is, just hold the light on him until he disappears.
Motherfucker.
He attacks very often and very quickly, so make sure you're on your A game. Buddy has two other ways to completely drill into your butt like he's digging for gold. You'll notice in your office that 2 monitors have appeared. That is not a coincidence, and it is actually a mechanic if you can.
I wonder, will he show a jump scare, because that motherfucker has a terrifying jump scare, and now I regret I said it because I'm in the headphones, and I'm in my headphones. It will be loud as all fucking hell.
Can believe that. Throughout the night, Buddy has a chance to hack these monitors. When he does, all you have to do is click them to shut them off. If you don't, they will very quickly begin to drain your power faster than my female coworker drains my patience. And finally, Buddy has the chance to infect your cameras with a virus. When he does, you'll have to find the virus on the cameras and close them before they totally beam you.
Wow.
If you don't do that and instead allow them to beam you, the virus will cause your power to go out. And Buddy will crip walk into your office, rubbing his hands together and licking his lips, before diving into your crack to have a quick little nibble. Keep in mind,
you motherfucker. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Oh my god. Okay.
Lips before diving into your crack to have a quick little nibble. Keep in mind, Buddy is very fast and you will be getting attacked consistently throughout the night. There's not a whole lot of breathing room, so this night really pushes the limits to test your nerve control. If you can manage to survive until 6 a.m., we will get the final monologue from Buddy, where he expresses that he failed to accomplish his only goal: create a fun experience for us, the player. He says he'll cease to exist once the game is closed, saying he's only data and checked boxes.
Great.
Breaking the fourth wall and referencing what I can only assume to be Click Team Fusion code, which is primarily made up of checkboxes. He finalizes his monologue by stating he will forever roam around the darkness of our minds and asks us not to pity him. He apologizes one final time and hopes that we had a good time with his creation.
Sorry, not
and
sorry.
Yes, Buddy. Yes, I did. And with that, that's all FNAF 1 Remake has to offer.
Not
There's
really.
not much more besides the custom night and a real-time 6-hour night, which I will not be touching in my entire life, thank you very much. But for a game this good and creative, I think most would be surprised to hear that it was developed in only 2 months.
Wow.
I think that's fucking crazy. That's such a small amount of time for an indie dev, and I think everyone can agree when I say it turned out great. The game isn't too difficult. The designs are amazing. The atmosphere is uncomfortable and nostalgic, and it does a near perfect job of telling the story of desperation. Buddy's goal was to scare you, to appeal to how FNAF seemed when we were kids. And as we progressed through the nights, he grew desperate that we would beat it and we'd never come back. So he forces a 6th night on us in a desperate attempt to get us to stay. But after completing it, he gives up completely. He has nothing left to give us, and he knows that as soon as that window closes, we're never going to play again. And I think this is truly the most amazing part of this game. Fuck the atmosphere, fuck the designs, fuck the gameplay. This story is honestly, if not one of the best I've ever seen come out of any FNAF game. Or really any game for that matter, ever. And that cannot go overlooked. But let me know what you think. Do you agree with me, or do you think this game is just YouTube thumbnail slop? Let me know in the comments.
The game is great, but you forgot to mention one thing. There is an additional mini game for this game. Like, there is an entire mini game with the marionette with the puppet, which is basically says, yeah, you need to save those animatronics from the body, because the body tortured them, corrupted them to make them like his puppets, basically. And you needed to get into the code of body and type of crack his code from the inside in a minigame that references the Foxy XZ minigame from FNAF World. that shit was bananas. Of course, I obviously did not play it myself, and I will not play it myself. I don't wanna play it, I will be fucking terrified, and I will die on the first 5 minutes. But, other than that, that game is fucking awesome. And also it has like small teaser for Welcome to Freddy's. So, oh, and also, I hope he will bring it up. After that cutscene, you will you will see a fucking YouTube poop compilation just to remind to all of us that it's a fucking April Fool's joke, which is like a shitty April Fool's joke, to be honest, because it was too serious, too melancholic for an April Fool's jokes, and there's suddenly just a YouTube poop all of the sudden. What the hell?
comments below. In my Tubbyland Archives video, I asked you guys what the most frustrating experience you've had in a FNAF game was, and my favorite comment was this one by Drews. They said Post Shift 2 in its entirety, and of course I agree. I think everyone knows how buttfuck difficult that game is, and I'm sure at some point I'll cave and end up covering it. I don't know if that's something you...
Oh, I will be waiting for this shit, let's be honest. I know what Post Shift 2 is, I saw it. Oh my god, this game.
Be interested in seeing in the comments below. I also want to take this time to apologize for the shortness of this video. This game really didn't have much to cover, but I really didn't want to gloss over how much I enjoyed the story, as it truly is one of the best I've ever seen. So I'm sorry if you were expecting another long 20+ minute video. I'll be having some really long fucking videos coming out in the near future, so stay tuned for that. The question of this video is there a certain FNAF game series you'd like to see me revisit?
I don't know, maybe. Have you ever done the Return to Freddy's? Just asking.
With the question of the video being asked, subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate it a lot. I've been Dexter, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!
Yeah, see ya! Anywho, that was a great video, and I personally prefer the little shorter videos. It gives me the opportunity to make more slow reactions. But it is just me. So whatever. What the hell is that? Anywho, that was the FNAF 1 remake. It was awesome. Not awful, awesome. Let's go to the next one, and I know what I want to react. Let me find it. The FAT files, where are they? Where are my FAT files? Are they not here? What the fuck? God damn it, I hate this YouTube channel. Or this YouTube in general. Come on, download faster. Wow, how much information do you contain to be this fucking terrible? Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I will do this shit myself. La, la, la. Here it is. Here it is, the FAT files. Now there is the one video I want to see. Oh, here. Coca-Cola's secret recipe is the world's biggest psyop. I fucking want to watch it. Like, I want to understand what is wrong with that. Let's watch it.
About getting sued. You know it's going to be a good video, and I am legitimately worried about getting sued.
Oh my god.
Today we're talking about the biggest, most successful psyop of all time when a Confederate colonel got wounded on the battlefield, got addicted to morphine, so in order to overcome his morphine addiction, created a new medication made out of wine, caffeine, and cocaine that he would later market as a soft drink that would become the most popular soda of all time, Coca-Cola. I can feel the cease and desist already, but we're gonna get into it right
Excuse me, what?
after word from our sponsor.
Delete me.
What are you wearing?
To be honest, she looks beautiful.
You don't like it?
I mean, it's cute. You've been watching way too much Hell on Wheels, though.
Well, I like their style, and I like the way they dress. I actually got you this hat. So you can come follow me.
What is happening right now?
Do you want to watch me churn butter or not?
What?
I gotta go. I'll be back in a fortnight. Anyways, Delete Me, biggest sponsor of the channel. You guys know the deal by now. You give them money, they make sure the data brokers on the internet are not selling your personal information.
That
These
was
data
a great
brokers are legally
intro.
required to stop selling your information if you ask them to the right way. Unfortunately, each data broker has a different right way. And Delete Me knows in case we do becomes more yourself. Buh. I mean, yeah, you could. You could also wire your own house and grow your own food, but at some point it becomes absolutely rather just pay Delete Me like $6. Get back to the
Okay.
video. All right, our story begins with John Pemberton,
Let's
a
go
man
to
that
the
received
video.
his medical degree at the age
wait,
below.
what?
Let's get back to the video. All right, our story begins with John Pemberton, a man that received his medical degree at the age of 19 years old, who would later go on to be
Ooh.
a colonel in the Civil War and receive a saber wound
Nice.
at the Battle of Columbus and subsequently get addicted to morphine.
Oh
Being
my
a doctor,
God.
John realized that being addicted to morphine was not ideal, so he needed to find an alternative, and the one thing he found that worked was a cola wine called Vin Mariani. Now,
What?
coca wine at this point in time was a pretty popular product. It was exactly what it sounds like. It was wine mixed with coca leaves, and coca leaves is what you derive cocaine from. I know what you're
Oh.
wondering. How much party powder are we putting inside of this wine? Great question. Well, Vin Mariani, for example, was approximately 7.2 milligrams of cocaine per fluid ounce, and a bottle was about 25 ounces for about a total of 180 milligrams of Colombian nose torque.
How much is that? Like, obviously this is a lot, but how lot are we talking about?
Why don't you explain this to me like I'm 5?
Again, milligrams not super helpful in trying to figure out how much yayo they're actually putting inside the wine, so I'll put it to you this way. The devil's dandruff is not just an illegal street drug, it is a medication that is used in the medical industry for certain medical procedures, and according to the standards of those procedures, the maximum dose that you should give someone is approximately 160 milligrams. And according to
Okay.
Google, the average recreational dose is approximately 30 to 70 milligrams, so it's safe to say they're putting a lot of Peruvian marching powder inside of the wine. And this
my God.
apparently helped John Pemberton with his morphine addiction for obvious reasons.
So you may want to ask your doctor about a little bump.
So after a while, John is like, you know what? I should make my own version of this. I should make an even better version. You know what this needs? It needs caffeine in it as well.
Oh my God.
Will not make garbage. We will produce a chemically pure and stable product that performs as advertised.
So he essentially
Oh my God. Putting caffeine with cocaine. No wonder I had an time period where I was drinking Coca-Cola every day, like, not even joking. Just a reminder, I live in Israel. We use the original recipe from time to time. Like, we use the original recipe in times of Pesach to make it kosher. So Coca-Cola is putting away the I think corn syrup that is used in the modern Coca-Cola, and they are putting for us the original recipe, the coca leaves. So, oh my God, we are having a time in Israel. Like, we are having a time like no tomorrow, I swear.
He makes a knockoff of Vin Mariani's coca wine and then adds cola nuts to get caffeine in there as well. And his recipe has about 40 milligrams of caffeine and about 9 milligrams of nose beer. Coca leaves, coca, cola nuts, cola, this is where we get Coca-Cola from.
Seriously?
40 milligrams of caffeine and about 9 milligrams of nose beer. Coca leaves, coca, cola nuts, cola, this is where we get Coca-Cola from.
My God.
So he brings Coca-Cola to market, marketing it as a medication in 1866, and within a matter of months, the county that he resides in, Fulton County out of Atlanta, passes a temperance legislation that they are going to ban alcohol, so he can no longer have wine inside of Coca-Cola, so he has to
Oh,
switch over
come on.
and changes it to carbonated water. The problem is, taking the wine out and adding carbonated water makes the entire thing taste like crap, and nobody's going to want to drink it, so he adds a shit ton of sugar.
Oh my God.
More. So he takes that to market, starts selling that as an over-the-counter medication to treat general exhaustion and headaches, because apparently it's hard to have a headache when you can't feel your face. So he sells that for a couple of years, and then he is diagnosed with an aggressive form of stomach cancer that rapidly brings about the end of his life. But right before his passing, he determines that his son does not want to take over the family business, so he sells it to a local Atlanta pharmacist by the name of Asa Chandler for approximately $300, which is about 10 grand today.
Damn good deal.
Now, when Austin
Pretty
takes
good.
over the company, they are not making a lot of money. They're not selling a whole lot. That's why it was sold for such a low price. But he gets to marketing right away. He uses his pharmacy. He reaches out to all of his pharmacist buddies, gets the names and addresses of every single person that's getting any type of medication, and just starts sending them coupons for a free sample of Coca-Cola. And he does this in the hope that it would bring about a new wave of lifelong customers to Coca-Cola, and it was definitely him operating on blind hope and faith, not him being a pharmacist knowing for a fact that he was giving out coupons for free caffeine and cocaine-laced sugar water. So obviously that went great, got a whole new wave of customers, at which point he realizes, you know what, I'm gonna quit marketing this as an over-the-counter medication, and I'm gonna start marketing it as like a daily soft drink that anybody can drink just whenever they want as a refreshment. You know, a little pick-me-up.
A little bump.
Now, to be fair,
Yeah.
this is not unique. There's like 50 other products on the shelf at this point in time, all basically the same exact thing. The difference is Asa Chandler decides that he's going to take a bunch of his profits and he's going to use that in marketing. There's banners, billboards,
Nice.
magazine ads. They're all over the place. And then since he's now a
Wait,
soft
what is the
banners,
price? 5 cents. Right? This is a cent, like $0.05 at the time. A fucking bargain.
billboards, magazine ads, they're all over the place. And then since he's now a soft drink and not a medication, he doesn't actually have to market all the ingredients in his product, and he just kind of like conglomerates all of the secret recipe and labels it as Merchandise 7X, and it becomes Coca-Cola's secret recipe. Which also helps with marketing because you get to say, I have a secret
Seriously?
recipe and nobody else is like us. Everybody wants our secret recipe.
The most important ingredient of all. 4 heaping pounds of freshly ground.
What?
I warned you.
And in doing that, Coca-Cola becomes the name brand popular version of all these products, and that's the one that succeeds the most. So by the 1890s, things are going great for Coca-Cola, and then in 1895, they revolutionized marketing by coming out with a new marketing campaign known as the Coca-Cola Girls. Basically, they figured, you know what would go great with our party powder drink? Attractive females. This is one of the first cases of sex sells ever used. Now to us, this seems obvious, but this is like the first time this has ever happened. So at the time, this was like a stroke of genius that would go on to become one of the standards of marketing for the rest of forever. And from here, they just keep going. They just keep putting more and more of their profits back into marketing. When radio becomes popular, they've got ads all over the radio. When TV becomes popular, they've got ads all over the TV. They start working with actors and famous athletes. Coca-Cola is absolutely everywhere. But then they experience kind of a setback because by the early 1900s, the United States government is really cracking down on, I'm running out of euphemisms for cocaine, nose candy. They're really cracking down on nose candy. And this in large part is kind of fueled by racism. There's literally a New York Times article that I'm not even going to read the title.
I will read it. Cocaine fiends are a new southern menace. What? Obviously that's referring to like black people, but whatever. Murder and insanity increasing among lower class black because they have taken to sniffing since deprived of whiskey by prohibition. Wait, isn't the prohibition in like 1930s? Like late 20s, early 30s?
Title of that goes on to claim that when a black man takes cocaine, he becomes impervious to bullets. I'm not joking. Here's the article.
Oh my god. Bullets fired into vital parts that would drop and a sane man in his tracks failed to check the fiend, failed to stop his rush or weaken his attack. What the fuck? My god, racism used to be built different back in the day. Thank god we are not living in those days.
So now Coca-Cola's got to take the booger sugar out of the secret recipe, but guess what? So does everybody else. So Coca-Cola isn't really affected and they remain the dominant actor in the soft drink arena.
I am invincible.
So by the 1920s, they're crushing it. They've got the entire market on lock and they're like, who do we target next? let's target kids. If we get them hooked while they're young, while their brains are still malleable and squishy, we'll have lifelong customers. So by the 1920s, they start associating themselves with Santa Claus. Now, fast forward like 20 years, all the kids that grew up on Coca-Cola and Santa Claus are now getting involved in World War II and have to get shipped off to war. And at this point in time, Coca-Cola is all over the planet, including Germany. Coca-Cola is literally Adolf Hitler's favorite drink at this point in time.
Hitler on his third call, 9 a.m. One would imagine. Yeah.
But after Pearl Harbor and Germany declares war on the United States of America, obviously America is no longer going to be doing trade with Nazi Germany, so Germany can no longer get Coca-Cola. I don't know what you're thinking. If there's already Coca-Cola plants in Germany, why can't Germany just seize the Coca-Cola plants and continue making their own version of Coca-Cola? Well, because the way this works is the raw condensed syrup that makes up Coca-Cola when added with carbonated water is all made in the United States, and then it is shipped all over the world to bottling plants where they mix it with the carbonated water and bottle it. So they actually don't know how to make the concentrated syrup because it's a secret recipe. So once they cut off the supply of concentrated syrup, they can no longer make Coca-Cola. So these bottling plants in Germany need to come up with their own version of Coca-Cola, and they don't know what they're doing, so they just start using a bunch of food waste like extra fiber and stuff left over from fruit, and they end up making a fruitier version of Coca-Cola that ends up being called Fanta, and this is where Fanta comes from. Now,
ironically, Fanta is my like favorite soft drink. And like a year or two ago, I did not know it. And when I found out, I was like, the Nazi Germany ran out of cola syrup, didn't know how to make some, so they just created their own version out of like food trash. And now it's the favorite drink of an Israeli Jew. Funniest shit ever, to be honest. I like it.
Now, back on the American front, they're starting to ration things, and one of the biggest things that gets rationed is sugar. So Coca-Cola ends up, you know, paying a bunch of politicians and then going over to these rationing boards and are like, hey, Coca-Cola is essential. You can't cut our sugar ration. And thanks to paying off politicians and also everybody loving Coca-Cola at this point in time, the government agrees. So Coca-Cola is allowed to keep putting just as much sugar into their drink as they always have, and most other brands are forced to cut back on the sugar, making Coca-Cola by far and away the best soda around.
Sugar. Need sugar. Hey, they're not riding the white horse anymore.
And then Coca-Cola has a stroke of genius. I don't know if they intended it to work out this way, but it did. They basically come out and say, hey, we support the American troops. We're going to guarantee that any American service member, no matter where they are in the world, can get themselves a cold Coca-Cola for the same 5 cents. We are literally willing to lose money on every single soda if it means getting these guys a taste of home. Now, Coca-Cola is supporting the troops. The American people love it. The government loves it. And Coca-Cola approaches the government and is like, hey, it's getting awfully expensive getting Coca-Cola all the way around the planet in the Pacific theater and the European theater. How would you guys feel about helping fund us build some more bottling plants out in more remote locations? So the US government and taxpayers essentially fund the building of 65 Coca-Cola bottling plants all over the world. Now, this does several things. A, it galvanizes the support of this entire generation that they now love Coca-Cola because it was the one thing they got to taste when they were away from home for 4 years fighting in World War II. And two, it exposes the rest of the world to Coca-Cola because now the American troops are drinking it and they're giving it out to all these other civilians and all these other territories that they're occupying, giving it even further reach all over the planet. Okay, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'm trying to tell you that Coca-Cola has just convinced the American taxpayer to fund their global expansion while the United States military turns into the biggest sales force on the planet. So World War II ends,
just absolute establishment of the of monopoly, of just I forgot what the name is. Like, they are dominating everything.
Coca-Cola resumes control of all the bottling plants that were captured by Nazi Germany, and now they have a new popular soda known as Fanta. On top of that, they're more popular than ever. They are galvanized with the greatest generation because Coca-Cola was the official soda of World War II. Time passes. By the 1950s, 1960s, studies are coming out saying like, hey, maybe drinking caffeinated sugar water is bad for you if you're drinking 12 of these things a day. So Coca-Cola wanting to kind of pivot a little bit is like, okay, well, we should get into the healthier drink market. What's something healthy? Fruit juice. What's that super popular brand that was developed in World War II to help soldiers get vitamin C? Minute Maid. They buy out Minute Maid, and now they own that too. And this is where the psyop really begins, because as time passes, it becomes more and more apparent that soda actually is not that healthy for you. And because of that, the rules on how you're allowed to market and what you're allowed to say get more and more strict, particularly in marketing to children. So Coca-Cola's like, fuck it, I'm gonna find a loophole. We're just gonna spend $750 million and we're gonna buy out Columbia Pictures in 1982. And then all the movies that come out of this major production studio are all gonna feature Coca-Cola in subliminal advertisements. Okay, you think it was a coincidence that Ralph Macchio was drinking Minute Maid at breakfast with his mom, and then when he's training in the kitchen with Mr. Miyagi, he's drinking an ice cold Sprite, also a Coca-Cola product? Absolutely not. It's actually documented that Ralph Macchio was mad at how much product placement that Coca-Cola was making him do in that movie, so he tried to conceal the fact that he was drinking a Sprite, and Coca-Cola and the studio made him refilm that scene and show the Sprite for a certain amount of time in that particular scene. You think it was a coincidence that Ghostbusters and Coca-Cola marketed so hard together that if you drank enough Coca-Cola, you could literally win the Ghostbusters mobile? Absolutely not. The entire thing, all of the movies that came out in the 1980s out of Columbia Pictures was one giant psyop to get you to drink Coca-Cola. It was so well known in Hollywood that Clint Eastwood refused to have any Coca-Cola products in any of his movies because he was mad that they cast Ralph Macchio as the Karate Kid and not his son.
Okay, that's pettiness.
Idiots.
And the marketing doesn't just stop there, right? They are targeting kids all over the place. Officially, according to their policy, they don't market to anybody under the age of 13, which you can make an argument for with movies. However, I don't think you can really make an argument for that when you're putting your branding on a bunch of toys all over the toy section, right? They're on trucks, they're on Barbie dolls, they've got game cell phone apps, they're sponsoring kids' sports teams, they're all over amusement parks, they're absolutely everywhere. This psyop is so effective, it literally changed the global perception of polar bears, okay? Polar bears are not friendly, cuddly animals that run around the Arctic chugging Coca-Cola. Polar bears are one of the most dangerous apex predators on the planet and one of the only animals known to actively hunt people. Buh! You're exaggerating. It's not that big of a deal. Buh! No, I'm not. And I can prove it, okay? Because by the 1980s, Coca-Cola and Pepsi were like at the pinnacle of their competition. They had just had their race to the bottom to see who could offer the product the absolute cheapest. And then a lot of people think they engaged in price fixing because they had a meeting behind closed doors, allegedly. And after that meeting, they both decided to take their products back to the normal price and just compete with normal marketing tactics. And what Pepsi did is they had the brilliant idea that they were just going to compete on taste. What they did is they had a bunch of blind taste tests studies, and those studies showed that when you didn't know what the branding was, more people preferred Pepsi than any other flavor. Coca-Cola immediately fired back saying that's not true, that's a lie. They then conducted their own blind taste test studies, and holy shit, that wasn't a lie. People actually do prefer the taste of Pepsi. So Coca-Cola went ahead and developed a new flavor that outcompeted the original Coca-Cola and Pepsi in the blind taste test trials, and then they launched the new Coke. And when Coca-Cola discontinued the original Coke and had their new flavor of Coke come out that was supposed to be better in every single way, people were absolutely fucking pissed. The psyop was so effective over generations that it had convinced people that Coca-Cola wasn't just a product that could be improved upon. No, Coca-Cola was Coca-Cola. It was a fixture in the American community.
They loved the original Coca-Cola so much, they idolized it. They thought it was perfect, that it didn't have to change. Now they believe it's worse. My God.
It was literally like a family relative and you can't mess with it, okay? It would be like if a scientist was like, hey, you know your cousin Jimmy? Great news. I've invented a new Jimmy that's better in every way. And you're like, that's great, but where the fuck is Jimmy? That motherfucker's not Jimmy.
I am telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real.
So Coca-Cola just takes an absolute beating in the marketplace, okay? People are furious that they've changed Coca-Cola. So eventually they revert back and it's a huge PR thing. Like they finally brought Coca-Cola back and their sales absolutely skyrocket. Which almost makes you wonder if the entire thing was planned. And if it was, it would be the greatest marketing ploy of all time, but we can't prove that. But what it does prove is that Coca-Cola's marketing psyop over the course of generations was so outrageously effective that they could literally give the customer a better product in every way for the exact same price. And not only would the customers still prefer the original Coca-Cola, they would demand it. And you can see it again with the secret recipe. The secret recipe is not secret. It's literally on Wikipedia. Yet Coca-Cola still has this like fancy ass vault with a palm scanner and an eye reader and like smoke and red lights and mist showing off off where they hide the secret recipe. Everybody knows what the secret recipe is. All you got to do is Google it. It's right there for the taking, but nobody cares because it's still Coca-Cola. You could literally open up your own.
There was a meme, I used to see it a lot, about that two people are not allowed to board the same plane. And those two people are the only ones who know what the secret recipe of Coca-Cola is, and because of that, they are not allowed to go on one plane together, because if a plane will crash, they will both die. So at least one of them will die, but the other won't be, in theory. Anyhow, it's just, this video just crushes this entire concept.
Soda shop today with the exact same product as Coca-Cola, and guess what? Nobody's gonna drink your shit because you're not Coca-Cola. You're not Cousin Jimmy. You're not a member of the family. You haven't been psyoped into existence for the last 4 generations. Also, that's not true. You can't just recreate Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola has an exclusive deal with the Steffen Company, which is the only company allowed by the DEA to import coca leaves and de-cocainify them. So you wouldn't be allowed to get de-cocained coca leaves to put in your drink anyways. But my point still stands.
What?
Even if we lived in magical fairy tale land where you could get the coca leaves and you could somehow make the exact same product and somehow magically sell it for the exact same price despite Coca-Cola's overwhelming manufacturing and distribution capabilities, you would still fail outrageously for no reason other than the fact you're not Coca-Cola, because they have the greatest psyop of all time on their side and they will always win because of it. And we know this because there's been multiple times throughout history, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, there's always somebody coming forward saying, we found Coke's secret recipe in some old document that we found in an auction house and blah, 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 blah. And every single time Coca-Cola just comes out and says, that's not the secret recipe. Nuh-uh. Is it the recipe that makes up Coca-Cola? Yeah, it absolutely is. But it's not the secret recipe, because the secret recipe is not the chemicals and the oils and the coca leaves that Coca-Cola puts inside of their drink. The secret recipe is the marketing itself. The marketing that has gone on for generations and was so outrageously effective that it went from marketing into a psychological operation. That is the secret recipe of Coca-Cola, not the ingredients inside of it. And you want to know who knows this? Pepsi knows this, because there was a disgruntled Coca-Cola employee that got a hold of executives over at Pepsi and offered to sell them Coca-Cola's secret recipe, but Pepsi realizes that it's not what makes up Coca-Cola. It's Coca-Cola's marketing and psyop itself that is the secret recipe. So instead of trying to buy the ingredient list that goes into Coke, they turn that motherfucker over to the FBI.
That way they made a fucking PR campaign. They got some good PR on themselves.
So yeah, in conclusion, Coca-Cola has the most successful marketing of all time. I don't know where the line is that separates marketing and psychological operation, but I feel fairly certain in saying Coca-Cola passed it a while ago.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola's marketing is so good, they literally took a Confederate colonel's recipe for his medication to help him overcome his morphine addiction and turned it into the most recognizable beverage and one of the most recognizable brands, period, on the planet. Branding that was so successful that it transcended being a product and it became its own entity, meaning that if you were to actually try to change it, you would be fundamentally changing what that product itself was. And in that, there's never been a better demonstration of how overwhelmingly effective just marketing can be. Marketing can be so effective that it is the secret recipe. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
Just absolute insanity.
All right, time to start the stopwatch and see how long it takes for me to get a cease and desist.
Well, the video was 6 months ago, so nothing happened, thank God. This is probably my most unhinged video. Indeed, Nick, indeed. Nick, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Coca-Cola marketing department makes It's Never a Psyop in the first place merch and sponsors the FAT Files video. Coca-Cola, the Coca-Cola marketing department can make Nick's video into a PR video that's saying, they can turn Nick's video into a PR campaign saying, look, this guy is a great guy, but it's a lie. Like, oh my god. No. This video is our psyop. To say that our PR is the psyop. Oh my god, we're gonna psyop ourselves into oblivion. Oh my god. Remember, the US military is actually just a logistics company who doubles in war. Yes, indeed. Okay, that churn some butter choke had we dying. I don't get it, whatever. I fell for the Coke psyop. When they came out with new Coke, I wrote Coke from South Korea when I was stationed with the US Army. I told them that I had been drinking Coke for over 20 years and that I liked their new Coke so much that I switched to RC Cola. What is RC Cola? RC Cola used to be the best cola until they changed the recipe 20-ish years ago. Same for Mr. Pibb. It was better than Dr. Pepper until they turned into Pibb Extra or whatever. Okay, I don't know about this one. I will not ask. Oh my god, wonderful video. Ah, there is no blooper? No bloopers. But oh my god, what a wonderful video, and I just realized that YouTube changed its interface again. Whatever. Oh my god, whatever. And that would be in for today. Thank you everyone who had been with me for the livestream. Thanks to Shadow, Julian, and Blackout, as usual. The usual suspects, of course. Anyhow, I'm off to sleep, and oh my god, I will have to edit all of that shit. How much videos did we make? 6 videos. Holy fuck, I am on a roll. Anywho, I will go to sleep now. Bye bye. Where is the off button?